Well, good morning. Hey, peace, love. What's going on, baby girl? Good morning, good morning, good morning. Hey, listen, I just feel real good today. I feel really good. I told you all before I get into this message, I told you all I was meditating. I've been meditating and I've been absorbing all this positive energy, and I feel really, really good these last few days. In fact, I know you all, I've told you that I'm a sweet junkie. I love sweets. Thank God through my meditation and my mind strength, I haven't been eating sweets. And that is a bonus for me because I have been trying to work on my weight, eating a little healthier. Yesterday, we had something really good too. I had some mixed veggies, like a vegetable sheet, and some salmon. It was really good. I don't know if you all ever had veggie sheet, but I had it with zucchini, squash, sweet potatoes, onions, and it was really good. But anywho, I have been strengthening my mind so I could deal with a lot of things and I could be ready for this real world. So I'm gonna talk a little bit about me, then I'll turn it over to my other side, the flip side of what's going on. I noticed that the more that I meditate and I focus on peace and abundance, prosperity, wealth and health, and all that good stuff and many blessings, that I have been encountering some real negative environments, but I am able to combat them with my peaceful state of mind. And so something happened the other day, and I know that I'm getting better at it. I know that I'm getting closer to my goal, right? Something happened the other day, and I would have flipped the freak out. I never flipped out, you guys. I was so proud of myself. I said, oh, that's okay. I'll just do this now. I'll move this way now since this incident happened. And normally I would blow a gasket, they say, but I didn't. But I have been going other places, listening to different commentary, and then I also ended up on in someone's else live the other day, and I was so disturbed. I was so upset that I just wanted to flip this live button and cuss them the freak out. And I said, nope, I'll do it a different way. I'm going to deliver this message to whomever it belongs to. Please receive it about self-hate. When we observe people who are just so mean, evil, wicked, hateful, vile, does malicious thing, constantly love chaos. Basically they are chaos demon themselves. And the reason that is, I start watching, I start observing just certain people that I have encountered in these last couple of years and months. And I said, why are they so mean? Why are they so hateful? Why would they say those things? How can they do those things? What is really wrong? And I dug a little deeper. I said, because they hate themselves. Well, how can you hate yourself? Easy. Because see, when you hate yourself, and y'all really pick this gem that I'm putting down up, when people hate themselves, it's hard for them to love others and for them to be kind and nice. It's so hard for them to receive that other people, in fact, really do like them, really do love them, really do want to see the best for them. It's hard for them to grasp that, so they fight against it. It's like the angels and the demons fighting each other. And so the demon seems to get the best of them because they have succumbed to hating themselves. And that's a tough position to be in. And in fact, it's very sad. It's very sad when you have somebody rooting for you and who cares for you, and you treat them like shit. You push them away. And the reason why you push them away, I said, why is it that every time this person comes in contact with people who really like them and care for them and who's down for them and trying to help them meet their goals, is because they hate themselves. They don't view themselves as being worthy to receive blessings. No, they only view themselves as being unworthy to receive anything good in life. So they don't ask for those things. They don't shoot for those goals. They don't believe they can achieve it because they simply are not satisfied with themselves. And I said, instead of me, good morning, Diane, instead of me looking at them like one way. And when this incident happened, like I said, I was so mad. But I don't ever want people to think that I think I am so high sedity or above everybody else that I don't confront things that I see. I just have learned to mentally condition myself not to succumb to some foolishness. I have done that over the years because I used to get triggered and will fight and will cuss, will hoop and holler, they call it. But now I learned to sit back and basically try to observe the behaviors of people and see what is the problem, what is deep rooted, what is really going on. Because most hateful, mean people, they really don't like themselves. That's why it's so easy for them to, in life, be mean and hateful to other people because they can't even be nice to themselves. So we expect them to be nice to others. So when I saw this incident happen the other day, I was really heartbroken, especially between the people that had happened. I said, damn, she didn't deserve that. I said, this is crazy. And people couldn't grasp what was going on. Good morning, my queen. People couldn't really grasp what was going on because they're not of that character. But then as I start listening, I start hearing the true hurt and pain of one of these people. I said, they hurt. They believe everyone abandons them. They don't believe they're good enough for that person to love them, to like them, to give them compliments, to see the beauty in them. They don't believe that people could see that in them simply because they don't see it in themselves. And both parties was hurt because I think both parties genuinely like each other. However, one party simply does not deal with her demons. They don't deal with their demons. And that's true. Demons can be inside of you. I told you I had a demon and I would fight that demon. And I'm still fighting that demon. And that's just me loving junk food because I know eventually those sweets and all that sugar is toxins to my body and it will end up destroying my body. But it was a demon. It was a monkey on my back. Every time I ate dinner or ate a decent meal, I thought I had to have something sweet behind it. It's no more. I don't do that anymore. I always, all through the day, I ate candy, cookies, cakes, pies, whatever I could get my hand on. I ate ice cream every day because that was a demon that I was fighting. Believe it or not, demons may sound so deep, like something that simple can't be a demon, but any addiction is a demon. I'm still battling demons. I'm battling that nicotine demon. Yeah, anything can become addictive, could become a demon because it's out to destroy you. And if you don't focus and learn tools to deal with it, you won't be able. And I think through my meditation and my prayer that I'm beginning to shake that demon. I'm beginning to put that demon under my feet because now I'm mentally strong. So my mental is actually conditioning my physical. That's a fact. My mental is conditioning my physical. So when you encounter people that who have addictions and they're not dealing with their addictions and their demons that's destroying them, they're destroying their relationships. They destroying who they are. They destroying the potential that a person has to become better and greater because they just don't view themselves as being trustworthy. Hey, BB Nice Queen. So, I mean, as being worthy to receive anything good from life. A lot of that happens from childhood trauma. We talked about that. And I'm real big on childhood trauma because it affects us in our adult lives and the rest of our lives if we don't deal with it. If we don't hit it head on and face it and accept that we have problems, then we won't be able to deal with the demons that's in us. And like I said, one of them was sugar for me, candy. Those was battles. Smoking cigarettes is a battle for me. And so those things that I know that can destroy me, I continue to do because I have an addiction that I'm fighting. So when you see an alcoholic or a drug addict, or I just said a foodie, a person, a food, people with addictions, they are fighting everyday battles. And while they fight those everyday battles, they need support. But most of the time, when they don't face it and they don't believe it and accept that is a demon or is an addiction that's destroying them, they're not able to deal with it. They're not able to get rid of the addiction. And so a lot of times when people don't love themselves, they don't try to do better for themselves. Let me drive that point home. If people don't love themselves, they don't try to do better for themselves. And we see it every day. And we see it in family members. We see it in friends. We see it in coworkers. We see it in any aspect of our lives. We're going to always encounter someone who don't love themselves in most cases. And so I watched this go on the other day, and like I said, it was so heart-wrenching. But then I wanted to really dig deep and see what is going on with this person. Why does this person lose everyone who genuinely care and perhaps love them? Is because they can't accept the fact that someone loves them. They can't accept the fact that someone see good qualities in them. They can't accept the fact that they can have true friends. They can't accept the fact that people support them and genuinely care for them simply because they battle the demon of self-hatred. And that's deep. That's deep not to feel loved. When someone don't feel loved or feel worthy. That has to be a hurtful thing. When you can't get up and say, today is going to be a good day. I'm going to get myself together, do my hair, take my shower, do my hair, go and hit the streets looking good, feeling good. When you can't do that, then there's a problem deep within you. And so this person has a problem. A serious problem. Anybody who gets close to her, she destroy their relationship simply because she don't love herself. And it comes from something else that we may never know. We may never know, but just from observations, the behaviors, and the many people that they lose that care for them, it lets me know they are battling something deeper than YouTube could handle. Now that's a YouTube situation. They're battling something deeper and they won't face their demons. They will not face their demons. Good morning, really, B Queen. They won't face those demons because they simply don't think they worth anything. They have no self-love. They have no self-value. They have no self-worth. So they're not even trying to fight the demons. They letting the demons take over. They only could do good for a little while with people. And then they destroy relationships. They are so self-destructive that is unbelievable. It's almost unbearable to watch sometimes when you encounter people like that. And I'm just talking about a situation that happened the other day. And I was trying to figure out what the hell was going on. And I know it bothered a lot of people, perhaps, and maybe didn't no one really look into it like me, but I wanted to know what is really going on. What is the battle? And the battle is simply self-love. You can't expect someone to love you, to be kind to you, to be happy for your growth, to be happy for your success, to be happy for you, period, when they're not even happy for themselves. They don't set goals. They don't look at life the way you probably look at it. They don't enjoy life. And if they do enjoy a moment, it's just for a brief moment. And then they get back to self-loathing, self-hating. And that's a sad situation. More than anything, it's sad because it's something deeper that people don't deal with. If you think you don't deserve happiness, you don't deserve peace, you don't deserve nice things, you don't deserve a nice life, you don't deserve a good husband, a good wife, you don't deserve a good job, you don't deserve a business, you don't deserve good things, then something is deeply wrong with you, because everyone deserves that. And that's not my word, that's God's word. He said, I will give the righteous the desires of their heart. And we all desire good things. We desire love. And it's sad when you don't love yourself enough to see that someone else could genuinely love and care for you. That's when sometimes you need to dig down deep and say, something's not right. I am worthy of this. I am worthy of a good husband, a good wife, a good friendship, a vacation, a big house, a car, whatever your heart desire may be, peace. You can't get peace because you're in the midst of chaos all the time. You're in the midst of chaos. You constantly warring within yourself. It ain't even about other people. You just project that self-hate on other people because you're not dealing with your demons. And demons aren't easy to battle. They're not very easy to battle, you guys. You know, whatever addiction is not easy to battle. And most of the time, people continue to stay drunk or stay high because they don't want to face reality. They don't want to see themselves. That's why they continuously get high or get drunk, because they don't want to face reality. Hello, good morning. Okay, thank you. They don't want to face their reality because their reality is a reflection of who they are, and it's too much sometimes to face self-hatred. It's too much. It got to be a sad situation, you know. And I told you before, I've said this plenty of times, I battle depression every now and then, but it's not extreme depression. But I went for a whole long stretch of depression. And I didn't even want to face anybody. I didn't want to go anywhere. I didn't want to do anything. I didn't really want to get up. I just wanted to sit there and waddle in my depression and self-pity. I had to turn around and pick myself up. And no, everybody can't just do that. It's not that easy. But I knew me. I knew it was greater in me. I knew I had the power to turn my situation around. But if I didn't love myself, because it all comes down to self-love. What are you willing to settle for in yourself? If I didn't love myself, I wouldn't have been able to do that. But because I loved myself, I knew I deserved better, that I needed to get my ass up and make it happen. Some people don't know how to make it happen. They are so used to living in daily chaos and self-hate, they don't know how to love themselves. There are certain signs that you can see in a person and see something is wrong. It's just signs. I don't have to be a doctor, a psychologist, a psychiatrist. I don't have to be. It's certain signs that you see in people that you can tell something is wrong. And when I saw this situation taking place, I said, something is deeper. I hear the hurt. See, I looked at both sides. I said, I hear the hurt in that person, and I hear the hurt in this person. This person know how to deal with whatever they're going through, and this person don't. And the unfortunate thing is, it ruins relationship. But it's not the first time I've seen this type of behavior and relationship ruined by this person because they don't love themselves. You know 9 times out of 10 who you are. Deal with your deep-rooted issues. Stop pushing people away that genuinely care for you. You are greater than what you think. But I can't sit here and tell you to look at the great or the good in you because you don't want to see it. You don't want to see the good in you. That's why it always appeared to people that you're jealous, you're envious, you're destructive, you're trying to ruin their relationship, you're trying to ruin their platforms, you're trying to ruin their friendships, and you always come and saying mean and hateful things and digging at them because they see you as jealous. And self-hate for yourself make you jealous and envious of others because you desire to have what they have, and you can't see yourself reaching that goal because you haven't set that goal for yourself, because you don't believe in yourself, because you hate yourself. You hate the person you have become. Now, why? I don't know. Again, I relate things to trauma. And these things are sometimes triggering for you because you don't set goals because you don't believe in yourself. You have qualities that's out of this world, but you'll never be able to see it. So when a person sees it, they expect to see those qualities flourish, that good person in you flourish, and you won't allow it to happen because you won't allow people to get close to you because you don't love yourself. And it's painful. It's very painful. It's painful to ever even admit sometimes that you are an alcoholic, you are a druggie, you are whatever. It's hard to admit you have an addiction and you have a problem. So it's hard for you to get help. Seek help. There's nothing wrong with it. Detach that stigma to therapy, counseling. Detach the stigma. Go get help. You are pain. You are killing yourself. You are killing yourself because you are hating yourself. You don't believe you deserve anything good in life, and you do, just like everybody else deserves it. That's what we live for, to be happy. To be happy. So when you see people like that and you encounter people like that, and I'm about to wrap this up, is only because they hate themselves. They are disappointed in themselves. Why can't I get those numbers? Why can't people support me like that? Why can't I get that CEO job? Why can't I get that degree as a doctor? Why can't I get me a new car? Why can't I get me a new house? How come she got a new house? How come she just got promoted? How come she got a husband? Because those people are believing in themselves who achieve things. They believe, so they achieve. And it's something you can't see because you don't believe in yourself. I say it all the time. Speak life into your princes and your princesses. They are your joint heirs. They are your future. Speak life into yourself. Get up today and say what you are going to accomplish, what you going to do to make you feel good. And sometimes we have to go in a quiet place. We have to sit in a quiet place. We have to shut out all the outside noises just to see what is really going on with me. What is going on inside of me? What can I do to make me happy today? Not get up and pop a pill, snort a coke, shoot a drug, pop a beer, drink a drink, pour a drink. Those are demons that's destroying you. You are making them become an everyday part of your life, and it's causing destruction in your life. And you can't see it because you authentic. This is me. I'm real. This is how you get it. I don't care. You know, deep down in yourself, is not the you that you want. It's not the you that you desire. You are stuck in a rut and can't get out. You are stuck in a rut and can't get out. And no, people aren't just judging you and saying these things and hating on you and they don't like you. No, people are actually trying to get through to you because they do care and like you, because they do see the good qualities in you. You do have good qualities. You probably a damn good person. But every time somebody get close to you and try to show you the beauty in you, you push them away because you don't believe you deserve a good friend. You don't believe you deserve a good man. You don't believe you deserve anything good because you are really struggling with self-hate. So most people are struggling with self-hate. So they don't believe they deserve anything. You don't even dream when you go to sleep. You don't even dream about nice things, big things, or like I said, things you desire to have. You can't even dream. You can't even sleep. Why do you think most people you see, you guys, and I'm going to use YouTube, and it's not judgmental. This is not judgmental. This is facts. This is what I see. Most of the people on here can't sleep because they are battling demons. They are so busy trying to prove to people who they want people to see who they are. But see, people see beyond the bullshit and the mess. And sometimes they see the good qualities in you, and sometimes they see the bad qualities in you. That's just a fact. But you're so busy battling for acceptance, validation, wanting to be loved that you can't even sleep because those are demons. They are seriously demons tackling you. They tackling you. They're winning because you won't even shut your body down to get good sleep. You don't shut your body down to get good sleep. You can't get in a quiet space because so many things are going on in your head. You're trying to figure out what's going on in your head and you can't. So you constantly go. You constantly self-medicate because of your deep-rooted issues and you won't deal with them. Deal with your deep-rooted issues. Take a minute to log off if it's YouTube. Log off and get in the quiet space. In the quiet space. So you can talk to yourself. And so you can talk to the universe. I believe in talking to God and the universe. I don't know what other people believe. So I go into quiet places. And I was wondering at one point, it don't seem like you're ever happy for anyone. You know, I look like Nia Long. I don't know. Maybe in that picture. Thank you. Is that a compliment, Triple Darkness? Thank you. But you can't go in a quiet place. You can't shut your body down. You can't. So you keep masking. You keep masking it with drugs and alcohol and cussing folks out and running from place to place trying to prove your point. You can't quiet your mind. That's why it's important that you meditate or you take a break. Go somewhere and quiet your mind. Find the inner you. Find the inner beauty in you. And that's not always easy to do. To find the inner strength in you and to find the inner beauty in you. Thank you very much. You have to do that to deal with the real you. You have to sit down and get in a quiet place. Remember, last week, couple of weeks ago, when Tracy got locked up, I said that may be a good thing for her. Maybe she'll come out, she'll do something different. Now, listen, some people say, nope, she didn't change at all. Maybe she didn't, but I want to tell you what I peeked out. She did. She did have somewhere down in that quiet time or whatever time period in her life, she saw that she should come back on camera. She's looking pretty good. She had been off camera for what, a year or two almost? I know a good solid year because something was nagging her too. And you could say what the hell you want. Something was bothering her that she didn't believe that she could come on camera and be the old Tracy. But That quiet time, that time that she spent, those 7 days or of confinement, something spoke to her. Something inside of her sparked her to come back out here and get on camera. So yeah, there was a shift, there was a change for her. Now, it might not have been a change we all was looking for her to come out here and be humble and not, drag and gag. That's just Tracy. But I tell you one thing, it did spark something in her because she brought her ass back on camera, glowing, glowing. So whatever was causing her to not come on camera, to doubt herself or whatever, she relieved that. She relieved whatever that was. And it was good to see her on camera because just like Monty is saying here, it's baby steps in the right direction. See, it's baby steps. You can't do it all at once. You can't change overnight, but you can take steps towards changing. And some people need to change their behavior because the more mean, evil, vile, vicious, and hateful you are, the more people are going to push you away. And yeah, people say, oh, I really like her, she's funny, and I just accept her. No, I don't accept some behaviors. I personally don't, because I look for more, because I know you can be more. You can be greater with so much potential. And I think that's where I get stuck. Not so much my expectations is always greater for someone else. It's just that you see the qualities and you waiting for the good qualities to burst out. That's what I think it is. Hey, Viv, what's going on, baby? I think we just waiting for the good qualities of people. And that's where the expectations, I expected you to do better. But when you were so mean and hateful, you was downright vicious. You attacked that person simply because you were jealous, envious. You want whatever. You want something that person had. You may not have told them that in so many words, but I saw it shining through. I saw the jealousy and the enviousness shining through because you wanted something that person had. I don't care if it was the hair, the earrings, the personality, the support. You wanted something and you attacked that lady for no reason. You attacked her. But again, I dug deeper. I said, I hear the hurt. She thinks another one deserted her. No one is deserting you, my dear baby girl. You are pushing everyone away because you are dealing with self-hate. You are dealing with demons that's taken over your life. And because you don't know what to do, or you are deciding not to do anything about it because you want to believe this is just the person you are and we accept you or not. It don't go like that all the time. It's not about that. If you see something wrong in you, you try to fix it. For so many years, people have told you, and Diva will be a witness. For so many years, people told me, you know what? You're just mean. You just don't care. You just cold. You just cold. Nothing really matters to you. But that wasn't true. But they knew I was a good person. They knew I had good down inside me. But sometimes I would let that coldness get to me. But that's because that's how I had learned to deal with some things. Just cold. I don't give a shit. Just cut it off. I don't care. I don't care if they walk out my life. And to this day, I still feel that way sometimes because there's a time for everything. There's a season for everything. When people leave, it's okay if they leave. Accept them leaving. They have done their part in your life. Whatever they were sent to do, they have done it. But when you chase people away, that's a difference. You don't allow them to do whatever they are sent there to do in your life for that season because you won't allow them to, and you chase them away. And the only reason why you won't allow people to enter your life and help you is because you are self-loathing. You feel bad for yourself. You feel pity for yourself. You know what position you in. You just not trying to get out of that position because you have lost all hope in yourself, believe it or not. And that facade you put on is not working. It's not working. It's making more and more people dislike you. And that's not what you want. You are looking for people to like and love you. But they can't like and love you. Catch this, my dear. They can't like and love you until you start liking and loving yourself. You can't love somebody if you don't love yourself. That's just a fact, you guys. There's no way of getting around it. We can't pretend like we love them. We can't act like we love them. We can't, no. If you don't love yourself, you can't love someone else. That's a fact. You just can't. You don't even know what love is. You don't know what kindness is. You don't know what people being genuine is. You don't know that because you not trying to experience it, because you can't experience it within yourself. Now I'm telling you what's going on. Now you could take it or you could leave it. You could do whatever you want. But when people are that mean, that hateful, push everyone away, self-destructive, friendship destructive, relationship destructive, job destructive, just destructive in life, is because they are battling a demon that they can't overcome for some reason in their mind, because they have never tried to overcome. They have never tried to reach for the stars. They have never believed in that they was worthy to receive anything other than someone cussing them back out, calling them bitches, calling them whores, you drunk, you alcohol, you prostitute, you 2-cent bitch, you hoe, you this, you that, all those negative things is easy for people to say because that's what you're displaying. That's the behavior you're displaying. So that's what you receive. You don't receive anything different than what you give out, believe it or not. You won't receive anything. That's why even in the Bible it says to give so you can receive 100-fold. And I hold God to his word. You said if I do that, you will do this. And I expect you to do that, God. Now, I may wait on it because it's your perfect time, but I'm still going to look for you to do that. Hey, what's going on there, Dovey? And I thought I saw the smart show. So I'm saying this to say that laws of attraction, put that out in the atmosphere. You want to stop drinking. You want to stop using drugs. You want to live better. You want to get a new car. So anytime somebody get a new car, you're going to hate that they got a new car, a new house, or a new man, a new woman. You're going to hate on that because you don't believe that you can achieve that. See? You don't believe that you can achieve that. But that's what God promised you. He promised you. You need to align yourself up. You need to get yourself together. You're chasing everyone away that genuinely likes you. That, you know how they say, that F with you. People that F with you, you are simply chasing away because you're being so mean, so hateful, despicable, disgusting. That shit bothered me the other day that it made me physically sick. I had to stop watching. I told you I wanted to react by hitting my live button, cussing her out, cussing people. But why? I can't let them take me off my square. No matter how mad I get, I have to maintain a certain position, a certain energy, a certain character about myself because I believe in myself. I told you, I believe in my channel. It's slow. The numbers are low. I still believe in my channel growth because I believe in myself. I believe in my potential. And so I'm positioning myself to receive everything that my heart desires. So I try to be nice to people. I try not to be mean to people. Now I don't take everybody's shit now. I'll tell you that. I get with you, but a lot of things I'm trying to do better because I want to inherit these things. I want to receive these things. I want my seeds to inherit my good. I don't want them to reap my bad. I want them to reap my good. Even if it's not me, it's my seeds that brings joy and peace to me. But until a person love themselves, you guys, you can't expect nothing different. You can't expect someone to love you if they can't love themselves. And that's painful. That's deep. That's hurtful to even witness something like that in a person. And you know what's going on. You know it's a struggle. You know they may want better, that they just can't do better. Well, they can do better. They're not willing to let go some things to help them do better. Demons are alcohol, cigarettes, toxins in your body as such foods, they drugs. People could tell you I'm drug free. I haven't gotten high in 20 days. Anytime you can stay up, listen to this. Listen to this. Anytime you can stay up day after day after day, something is not right. I don't care what people tell me. I look at the behaviors. I look at some signs. I look at some signs and behavior. And I say, I don't care what that person is telling me. This is what's going on with them. This is what's going on with them. And most people who have some addiction, remember this, even if they kicked one addiction, they pick up another addiction. That's how it is. And until they get help and get tools, medications, whatever it takes to balance them, they just going to go from one addiction to the other because they don't have what it takes to balance them. And so some of this stuff I see on YouTube and in real life, even in, with family members, when they say, "Oh, I don't get high no more," I say, okay. I'm just gonna pray for you because I already know how you move. I know you still getting high. See, so you could tell me anything, but I'm no dummy. But so lack of sleep causes psychosis. Exactly. And these people are showing some psychotic behavior sometimes. But it's pretty sad. I'm going to get ready to get off here. You know I don't stay, but I wanted you to get this message. And I know you probably up in the clouds. And now let me tell you something. When a person, whoever this message is for, when you receive this message and you know that is true, you'll start accepting what's being said and start working on yourself. You won't come back cussing, hooping and hollering. Who the fuck do I think I am? She thinks she better. She this, she that. She sit over there on her house. No, she just see a beauty in you that you can't see in yourself. And I'm just trying to reach out to you. That's all she sees. She see a quality, a beauty in you that you can't find in yourself because you struggling with an addiction. Now that's a fact. Call me what you want. Say what you want. Go ahead and call me Ayana. Make all the funny names about me. Who does she think she is? I'm telling you facts. And a lot of times when people hate themselves and don't love themselves, they can't deal with facts. They come back swinging in a wild way towards you. And I'm talking about in real life. When you confront somebody with their truth, they want to automatically jump on defense. But in order for you to change and to see the beauty in yourself and start loving yourself, you have to talk to yourself. Speak life and wisdom into yourself. Do those affirmations. Try doing those affirmations. I am courageous. I am strong. I am powerful. I am beautiful. I am capable. I am this. I am that. I can receive this. I can do this. I am worthy. I am worthy that all God said I'm worthy of. And the only reason why we don't receive abundance of blessings is because we're not positioned. We're not positioned. But say those things. And I hope that this message help you and not harm you. I really do. I know it can't harm you. It can only make you face reality. That behavior that you displayed the other night was despicable. It was hurtful. It was foul. It was malicious. It was terrible. You need to check yourself out. And these people could give you a pass. I'm not giving you no pass. You know exactly what you're doing. I'm not giving you no pass in that retrospect, but I am giving you a pass because I know deep down inside you're hurting. You're hurting. And you just don't know how to heal. But it's one day at a time when it comes to healing. Like I said, start out speaking affirmations into yourself. Love yourself. Learn to love yourself. Go get some help. Put down whatever that addiction is that you're using to mask your deep inner rooted problem. Put that down. Because you're a good person, but you don't see that. You making a lot of people not like you. You bringing on hate. You attracting hate and dislike and mean people, spirited people. You're attracting those people because that's what you're giving. Just like Monty put in here earlier, is the laws of attraction. You attract who you are. You attract who you are. Let me read some of these comments, and I normally don't. I'm gonna drop the link though. I'm gonna drop the link, and I do this because perhaps someone would like to engage, jump up here, be a part of the show. I don't know. I just think it's the right thing to do to drop the link. But you know who I'm talking to. And if you guys travel these streets, you know what I'm talking about. And for those um who think that behaviors like that is all right and passable, is not. Is not. Because I see the beauty in people and they can't see it in themselves. And that's a sad thing. I know I can be very harsh sometimes. I pray that I'm not judgmental. I'm not trying to judge anyone. I'm just stating facts. I'm just giving commentary on my let me start all over. I'm just giving commentary on something that I observed the other day that was very disturbing to me. Hold on, let me put my banner up. Because even though we over here, y'all, we don't know. No, hold on. We don't know. Hold on. I can't play that. That's you, right, baby?
It's me.
Okay. Hey, okay. I think I put you on the. Oh, let me move the banner. You want me to move the banner?
Oh, it's up to you. I don't mind either way.
Okay, go ahead.
No, I just came up because I know exactly what you're talking about. And being that I went through a similar situation, almost identical to what just happened,
Mm-hmm.
it kind of triggered me and put me back in that headspace of that time. And I'm going to say up until January, I
Mm-hmm.
literally left an open space for this person because of how much I believe in them, how much I
Mm-hmm.
care about them, how brilliant they are. And something that someone else said to me, I don't want to say their name just in case, they
Mm-hmm.
don't want to be
Mm-hmm.
known. But something someone else said to me is, anytime we talk about her, like anybody, everybody always starts with, you are smart, you are this, you talented. And
Mm-hmm.
then it's like we try and soften the blow. You know what I mean? Because we do care about her.
Right.
And that's to me, that's how I know people want to like you, people want to support you, people want to be there. And there was a time when you had what you wanted,
Mm-hmm.
but you made choices and you moved in certain ways to push everybody away. And even if it's like with this person, the truth is fake. You know what I mean? Everything
Right,
is,
right. Fake.
and to me, yeah, to me, like what hurt me the most, I'm gonna just be completely honest. What hurt me the most is any and every time a situation like this happened, they will rewatch what happened and stand 10 toes down in it when everybody else around them is like, no, it's not okay. And that hurt me. You know what I'm saying? Because to me, it's a conscious choice. You are making a conscious decision to be, excuse my French, effed up.
But Monty, let me see, because it goes deeper than that, and that's what I was trying to figure out. It's deeper than that. Let me tell you, to me, and I could be wrong, but I doubt it. I'm almost 99.9% believe what I'm about to say is self-hate. She don't believe those things that people say about her because she don't see that in herself. You have to see that in yourself. You know how people compliment you? And I was that way. They said, "Oh, you look," I'm gonna tell you how this goes. Say, "Oh, that's a nice dress you have." "Oh, it's just a piece of dress I brought from Walmart." You can't receive things when you don't believe things. That's where it gets deep rooted. You know what I mean? And I know
Yeah,
you
but,
guys.
but a lot of times people put value on the wrong things. You bought the dress because you thought it was nice.
Right.
You're not
But
gonna
I'm
buy
just
just a
saying.
little piece of dress from Walmart that you didn't think was nice. So if somebody compliments you, people cancel out good all the time.
No,
We
I
do it
think
all
the
the
point
time.
was
We'll say something, but in our mind, we're not thinking that. It don't align right.
right. That's what I'm saying. So no. I think what you probably missed. So let me just say it again. What I'm
Yeah.
saying is people, when they stuck like that, they can't receive a compliment, baby. Because they don't believe it. Because they don't believe in themselves. They don't. So when you say to me, "Oh, you have a beautiful smile," I say, "Yeah, but I have a big nose." That had nothing to do with just because I can't believe that someone think that I have a beautiful smile because I don't believe in myself. I don't
No,
see
and I get it. I get it because as somebody who, struggles with a positive body image,
right.
when someone say, "Oh, you look nice," or "You look sexy," or
Mhm,
something
mhm,
like that, I'm
mhm,
looking at them like gross
mhm.
because I don't feel that way about my body. That
Right,
don't mean that somebody else don't feel that way.
right, right.
However, because I want to feel that way about my body, I do receive that. And I say, I might not like it, but somebody else does.
But that's true.
But
In this,
if I don't like it to the point to where I'm not doing nothing about it,
mhm,
I don't have a right to go around telling you gross because you look at me and you think I look good.
mhm,
No, it to me it's a distorted view, right? And we all need positive affirmations. But we
exactly.
also need people in our corner that care about us enough that when we not doing right, they'll pull your coattail. Because somebody pull your coattail and they're still around you, don't mean they fake. If I care about you, I'm gonna tell you what I see.
But can you really recognize real when you're fake? I'm not talking about you. Listen to what
Well,
I'm
that's why I
asking.
say everything that come out their mouth is the opposite. You calling me fake, but you really being fake because you don't care about me. You don't like me, and I'm
Right,
serving a purpose for you. So you quote unquote allow me around you. You gotta listen to what people say.
right, right. But
I
do
listen to
you
what
think?
people say. You basically say, I allowed y'all around me. Why would you allow somebody around you? I don't allow anybody around me that I don't like, I like, right? It's like when you like somebody, it's, what is the word I'm looking for? It's 4 in the morning here, so I can't think properly.
Oh
But
Lord,
I'm trying to think of the word.
say the statement. Say
It
what you were saying.
feel, it feel. It, I'm trying to. I can't think of the word I'm trying to use, but it's like a blessing to be in somebody's presence that you care about. I get joy when I could come in your chat because I
Hmm.
care about you and I want to support you and I
Right.
enjoy being around you. Right? That's it. Pleasure.
Hmm.
That's the word. It should be a pleasure to
Hmm.
be around people that you like. But if I say I allow you in my space, I allow you around me, I don't really care about you.
Mm. I guess I guess when it comes to certain people that I like, and when I genuinely like them, if their behavior continue to be the same, they push me away, I just leave. I just say, well,
No, I do too. I do
maybe
too.
my time was just up. It's time for me to leave. But I really wish the best for that person. But when you see somebody hurting, when you genuinely see, I heard the hurt in both of those women. I heard the hurt. I was so angry because I was like, wow, this could have been different. This could have been helped different. But again, it's not me. I do believe though that sometimes people just are not so satisfied with themselves that they can't be acceptance of genuine friendships and love, Monty. That's what it, because they have to work on themselves. They don't believe they deserve that. They don't believe they deserve someone to really care and like them because they just don't believe it.
Yeah, and it could be something else. You know what I'm
Right?
saying? It could be that you think that you the best thing since sliced bread and you deserve it all.
Oh, I
You
don't.
know what I'm saying?
Mm-mm.
Or I mean, I look at things from all perspectives. I don't look at it just one side, right? Like I understand what you saying, but
Mhm.
sometimes I feel like it is more of a control thing than
Oh
it
wow.
is than it is I don't like myself thing.
That's a personal thing, and Monty, that's a personal because you experienced, you experienced it more than I
Right.
have on a
Right.
personal level. But when I'm an outside person looking at someone's behavior and I'm hearing their pain, to me, it's always going to be deeper. It's not about me. It's not about me per se. You may be projecting your anger and hate and malicious. You may project those things on me because you hurt. But I know it's deeper. But I can't stay around and allow you to abuse me. But that's why I believe it's something deeper. But you have had a relationship. You know what I mean? So
Mhm.
but I don't believe that person really deep down in her heart, and I'm gonna have to disagree with you, and that's okay.
Yeah, I just
I
feel
don't
like,
believe they love themselves.
I
I
look
don't
at
believe
different.
they love themselves. I don't believe that they think they better. I really believe it's a facade that they're putting up to mask the hurt and pain of not being accepted and not
Right, but I
believing that
think it's
people
about
love
it's
them.
about control because
Okay.
just hear me out. If you don't have control of
Yeah.
yourself, you want to try and control something, right? And
Absolutely.
and for me, knowing this person and some of their personality traits, right?
Mm-hmm.
And it's public knowledge. It's not like I'm, doxing anything because it's all
Mm-hmm.
been said before.
Mm-hmm.
But OCD can play out in so many ways. OCD is obsessive compulsive disorder, which is
Yeah.
having control. You have to control,
Mm.
right? And when you can't, you just act out. And no matter how the scenario play out, the same time, over and over and over and over and over again. You're going to keep doing the same thing because your compulsion is leading you. And to be honest with you, I think it's her compulsion is with relationships.
Wow. Wow. See, I see how you could look deeper. I can't look
I'm
that
just,
deep
now,
because I didn't have that
listen, I'm not
relationship.
perfect. In no way, shape, or form am I perfect. I'm a very flawed individual. However, if somebody come to me out of love, it's a whole different atmosphere. I'm not going to return it with hate. And that's the issue that I have. You know what I'm saying? That it's people that's loving on you, that you're returning their love with hate.
But what do you think drive? You think just because it's a control issue? I'm not trying to diagnose anybody. I'm not trying to, but
No.
just
I'm not trying to diagnose anybody either. But I believe it's the compulsion. You know,
control.
it's not even just to control. It's like it's a compulsion that comes up whenever she see or hear or feel whatever she hears, see or feel. The compulsion is right to confront, but it's not a good confrontation, right? It's the same way you confront the person the same way. You're not confronting them like you love them. You confronting them like an enemy. You can't attack your friend like an enemy. I don't understand that. If we friends, right, we should be able to come to each other in love and say, hey, you know, Mama Tiva, you said something that I didn't like, right? Well, what did I say? You said X, Y, and Z. It should be a conversation. It should not be an attack. You hella fake, Mama Tiva, because you said this. It's a whole different scenario.
Okay.
You see what I'm saying? Like somebody coming to you out of love or concern,
I
and
get
you
this.
just attack them, they gonna stop telling you stuff. They're gonna stop wanting to be around you. Period.
Let me ask
And
you something.
so many times you're gonna tell somebody that they're not a good friend when they're being a better friend to you than you are to them. Period.
And to yourself. And to yourself. You're being a better person to them than they are to themselves. Well, let me ask you this though. With you saying that, and you have had a close relationship, do you feel like a lot of it is for attention though, or validation?
I mean, you know, I can only speak from my experience and from my opinion, right? So once again, I'm not trying to diagnose nobody or anything. And to be honest with you, as my pictures say, back to basics with love. I love people. And when I love people, I love hard, right? Yeah. So for me, I keep losing my train of thought because I have so many thoughts and I'm trying to be mindful. You know what I'm saying? Can you repeat the question one more time? Because I just want to make
sure. Made me forget. No. You made me forget the question because I don't want this more than anything. I forgot. Wait, I asked you, do you think, the cooking show? Yes, the cooking. Now, okay, so let's go. Let's move on because shit, you lost your thought. I lost mine. But right here, this is what I see a lot. Kimberly hit it on the head. See, I see so much self-sabotaging. I see just sabotaging relationships. I see it all. Hey, Miss Sassy. Hey, baby.
You know, that wasn't just self-sabotage, though, because that cooking
but
show.
It was sabotaging you as well. For me.
Exactly. Now, it wasn't. So that was my first point when I dropped down. You know, when people act like this and they act out, they act like they only affecting themselves. They're not. They're affecting a whole group of people. When me and her broke up, it wasn't just me that broke up. The whole crew broke up. I
I
ain't
was
kicked it
there.
with my
I
sisters
was there.
in over a year and a half behind that incident.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Well, yeah, I was. Remember, I was there. We was in a little clique. We was in a little
And,
clique
and
of
and that's
college.
why I don't want to click up no more on YouTube, because that broke my heart to have what
That
we have
crushed
going
me.
on. You know
That
what I'm
crushed.
saying? It broke my heart.
That
It
crushed.
it 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 really did. And not to mention, you know, I don't really like to complain about things, because I don't want nobody to ever feel sorry for me. I'm not saying that people feel sorry for me, but that's why I just don't say anything. I deal with things on my own. I might
Mm-hmm.
bounce it off of one person.
Mm-hmm.
But the last cooking show we were supposed to do together,
Mm-hmm.
I literally had just went and spent over $100 on that food, and we wasn't about to cook.
Mm. I, you know,
You know what
I
I'm saying?
believe
So
you.
it wasn't just affecting her. Anytime we had a show, it was a lot of stuff that went on with that show.
Right.
Hours and hours talking behind the scenes, shopping,
Okay. Right.
prepping. The
Mm-hmm.
day of the cooking show, y'all see an hour or two on air. I was
Right.
on I was on for 8 hours
Mm-hmm. So
preparing for that show. You know what
so
I mean?
I know, and because you know her so well, and because y'all had a relationship, I know you
I don't know
probably.
her very well. I thought I knew her, but I don't know her. Yeah.
Well, well, you
I'm
don't
just being
believe
honest.
that you don't believe that the reason for her, sabotaging her relationship, her friendships, her platform. Yeah, okay, not a click. Thank you, baby. Thank you, Kimberly, for always putting me back on track. There's not a click. We were supporting each other. You're absolutely right. But I'm glad you corrected
And
me,
you know
Kimberly.
what? It was literally at that time, it was so awesome. That
Yeah,
was a really good time for
yeah.
me. You know what I'm saying? Because for
Mm-hmm,
me, this is social media, right? Some
mm-hmm,
people use YouTube however they want to, and you are free to use the app however you want to, be
mm-hmm.
it entertainment, be it education. Everybody can use it how they want to. This is social media for me. We're
Right.
spending time with each other. We're talking about certain
Mm-hmm,
things. We playing games, we cooking, we laughing, crying. We doing all kind of stuff. We're building relationships with people, believe it or not.
mm-hmm.
Even if you just chatting with somebody after you don't see the sassy show no more, you're gonna wonder what happened to him, right?
Exactly. Mm-hmm.
So these are people behind these avatars as well.
Right.
And with people come feelings and emotions. I'm
Mm-hmm.
not gonna always remember what you say to me. I'm not gonna always remember what you do to me, but I'm damn sure gonna remember how you made me feel.
Exactly. Exactly. So you don't think perhaps this person, I don't know. I just can't see it. I see your perspective, and I hear what you're saying. I think it's a little deeper than just control, though.
No,
I really feel.
it's I think it start with control, because when your life is out of control, what's the first step you got to do?
Oh, good point. Good point.
You
Good
got to get
point.
it back in control. And if you're not in control of your life, you got to control something. That was what you was about to say.
Right.
Now I remember. To answer your previous question is, I don't want to call her a child, because I'm
Mm-hmm.
not going to disrespect her. She is a full
Mm-hmm.
grown woman. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
But
Mm-hmm.
it's just like any attention is better than no attention for a child.
So that takes me back to what I say. Is it because that she seeks attention and validation that perhaps when people really try to gravitate towards her and give her attention and say kind things to her, she can't accept them. So for me to look
I
at it in
think
that
she just
perspective.
more vocal about what other people feel, to be honest with you. If you listen to her commentary, minus the cussing, the yelling, and the fussing, right? She has very good points. She be on point.
Mhm,
It's valid, right?
mhm,
It's the delivery, and it's how you making people feel. It's
mhm,
not what you saying and doing, really. right? It's
Mhm.
how you affecting others.
Okay. Yeah.
Jumping on panels, interrupting panels, derailing the whole conversation. The viewers are upset by that. You
But I
affecting
think
the
it's
whole
done.
platform of people now.
But see, that's where I kind of differ. I think that's purposely done because of the jealousy and the envious that other people have a panel, a bigger panel, more support. So I will go up there and I will distract it and throw it off course. Something else more is going on. I'm not, like I said, I'm not here to put in my clinician techniques and try to, you know, diagnose or accept. I just said it made me so sad because I see something good in people, and I believe, and I'm going to continue to believe this, and it's okay for us to disagree because you know I love you with my real heart, right?
Oh
I
yeah.
just see that it's self-hatred. She don't believe she deserved good people in her life. And it could be a matter of control. It could be that tied in. But when you can't accept the good in other people and continue relationships with people, is because it's something deeper. Something, it could be some type of trauma. She hurt. Something is not right that you won't allow people into your life and take them for genuine face value
Well,
friends.
when you in an addiction, right?
Uh-huh.
Um, it paranoia come with that too.
Exactly.
You know
Okay,
what I'm
so
saying?
exactly.
You know,
Exactly.
you might not be smoking weed or, you
Mm-hmm.
know, hitting a pipe or nothing like that, but
Mm-hmm.
beer is still alcohol, it's still an addiction.
Yeah.
And, you know, when you are actively in your addiction and you choosing to be actively in your addiction, whatever it
Mm-hmm.
is, right? We all have our vices. I don't
Mm-hmm.
pass judgment on
Right.
nobody for
Right.
they, okay? My vice is food. That's why I am where I am, okay? I love me some food.
Told you
So
I was gonna
I can't, you know, pass judgment on it, right?
Mhm.
So that's why I said I can't be mad or project my negative thoughts and feelings when somebody compliment me on my body because I don't have positive body image because guess what? I'm not in the gym doing nothing about it.
Right.
You
I,
know, when you start to work on yourself
mm-hmm.
and feel better,
Mm-hmm.
you know, and you start to come out of that addiction or turn it
Uh-huh.
into, you know, something else. Like you said, you replace one thing with the other,
You
right?
do. You
So,
do.
you know, if say alcohol is her addiction, you know, she
Mm-hmm.
might try to supplement her alcohol intake with YouTube, which might not be the right thing. You know
Who?
what I'm saying? So it's finding a healthier substitution,
Mm-hmm.
going out for a walk, you
You know,
know, meditation. Like you
right.
have to, you know, getting one with the earth, like really grounding yourself with the earth. It's a good thing to take your shoes off and plant your feet on some grass for 10, 15 minutes a day, or, you know, go play in some dirt. Or it's okay to be childish in other ways, but as an adult, you can't go attacking everybody. For me, it's the attacks, you
And
know,
so
and
your
it's
relation,
out of nowhere. Like you'll just hit a panel and just get to going off on everybody. Nobody could talk while you on the panel. It does affect people. I'm telling you.
yeah.
If I go somewhere, I see she on the panel, I bounce. I don't even go, I don't stay in the clouds, nothing. I leave.
And let me say this about you. I know you and I talk behind the scenes. We have a relationship. We have a relationship. And we talk quite often behind the scenes. And I know you are an amazing person from what I see. And I'm pretty good about that because I have a hell of a discernment for people. And that's why some people I say I never connect with. I may not know why, but at the end, I'll find out some way down the road. And I know you were a good friend to that person and y'all had a friendship going on. I just, you know, not to make this about judging or dragging or nothing like this. I just can't see how a person don't see another person's good quality, like the person you are, the friend that you are, I don't see why they would sabotage something like that, other than it's something deeper. They can't accept friendships, they can't accept love simply because they don't love themselves. Now, that's just going to be what I really believe. She just doesn't love herself enough to love others and to gain control of herself or to change the situation that she's in. That's it. I just believe that. I could be wrong. Thank you, BB Nice. Go ahead,
I
Johnny.
think I think it's hard to heal though. And this is coming from somebody who's still trying to heal into my 40s. Some people do it sooner, some people do it faster, some people do it where people could, see it. Sometimes it's all of a sudden you see them again and you like, wow, you change, it's drastic. I'm just a firm believer in baby steps in the right direction, still steps in the right direction. And that's how I live my life. If I make a mistake, if I bump my head, I want to learn from it. I can't control other people. I can only control myself, right? And being that I truly, truly care for her.
Right.
It's just like I'm not. It's like your sister. If your sister mess up, right? You don't hate her. You don't want the worst for her. You still want the best for her. You want to pull her coattail. You want her to learn from her mistake and move forward and move on and upward, right? So for me, I don't believe people are throwaway. I believe everybody could change no matter how old you are. It just takes the right time for you to get the message. And so I'm the kind of person, I try to leave room for people. I do. I try to leave room for them to better themselves, right? And I give people time and opportunity to do that. However, I give you the rope. It's up to you what you do with it. You know what I'm saying? Like you could rein it in or you could drag yourself. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not gonna hold a grown woman hand, especially if they don't want it. Now, if you want it, I will hold your hand until eternity, because that's how I believe in people. Some people like animals, some people like people. I'm a people person.
Oh, money, that was deep. Cause I don't. That was deep. That's. I
I
guess
love people. When
I'm
I
not like
love
that.
people and I say I love you, I mean it. I don't throw that word around. Now, I love all Black people superficially because we need it. When I walk down the street and I see a Black man or woman or child, I speak. And do you know, people look at me, some of them shock, like, oh, they speaking. You know what I'm saying? Or some of them look at me weird, like, why is she speaking to me? You know what I'm saying? Do I know her? No. You don't have to know me. That's how I am. When I'm walking out of a store and I see a Black person walking in, I stand there. No matter how long it take, I stand there and I hold the door for them and I greet them and I go on about my day. I love Black people wholeheartedly, but I'm saying I don't have to know you to love you. But when I tell you I love you out my mouth, and not only that, I start to show you I love you by being there for you and whatever else, it's harder for me to just walk away from you.
And you know how I know that's true? Because you and I have discussed it. And I said, well, whatever you do after the incident happened, whatever you do, I'm still going to support you. But I'm not going to fool with that person because I've been hurt by that person. And see, that's the difference in you and I. And hey, I tell you this, God is not through with me because I don't love people like that. I don't. And it's so easy. And that's why, I said it earlier. People call me cold, and I don't want to be viewed as a cold person, but I want people to know that if you hurt me, 9 times out of 10, you're done. You're just done. Now, don't give me a minute not to say that because even in my relationships with my husband, Things have been said and done to me, and I'm like, no, but I'm still there. You know what I'm saying? So I don't mean it just like, oh, move, that's it. But it's certain things that people do to you, let you know where they stand with you and how much they really care about you. And so if I see someone that does something to really hurt me and say bad things about me, I tend to just say, boom, it's over. I don't have time to hang on for you to try to love me, because that presents a problem for me. That it takes too much energy for me. I'm speaking about me. You're good because you're a people person. And I love people too. I love people too, to a certain extent.
I think where it also come from is
That's
I wasn't always how I am now, right? Um, you speak to people from my past, oh, they'll tell you I was mean, I was difficult, to be around and love on, right? And it took people who truly loved me, who truly cared for me, who truly stuck it out with me through all them years and pulled my coattail. Listen, I've been held accountable not just by my mama, but by my sisters, cousins, friends, and you know when you wrong, when you get that little knot in your throat. I grew up with a knot in my throat, and you know I would think everybody was against me. You know what I'm saying? I had
okay.
a
Okay.
very messed up thought process, right? And it wasn't until one day it just clicked. I'm making people feel this way about me,
Hold that
right?
thought 1 minute. Hold that thought 1 minute.
Mm-hmm.
You said you felt like that because then you realize I'm making people feel this way, right?
Right.
Do you
Because
remember
I
at
was
that?
learning, I was growing. Growing pains is true. That growth hurt. Growth don't always feel good. 9 times out of 10, when you come out of a bad situation or a bad conversation, you grow. If you apply it and you learn from it. And it took a long time for me to hear people and what they were saying. I just thought they were attacking me.
Ha! Say it again. Say it again.
You know what I'm
It took
saying?
a
I
long
literally,
time.
it took a long time. It did.
But
I was probably like, no lie, I probably was about 27, 28 when when it finally just clicked for me. Like, yo, it's me. It's not them. When you the
mm,
common denominator and everybody
mhm,
telling you the same thing and they all from different aspects of your life,
mhm,
not just people growing up in school, not just people you see, I'm talking about at work. Yeah, these people not crossing
everywhere.
paths. You know what I
Mhm.
mean? And people say the same thing to you. At some point, you got to stop and say, hold on, what am I doing? And
How
I
did
had
you
to
feel
realize,
about yourself, Monty? How did you feel about yourself in that period of time? Hold on. Go ahead. Go ahead. I'm just gonna mute myself. How did you feel about yourself? What was you feeling? I'm trying to get some
in which period?
when you said that.
Once I had the epiphany or before the
Yeah,
epiphany?
one before the epiphany. How was you feeling about yourself?
I was very alone. I was very miserable, unhappy. But see, this is the thing. On the outside looking in, nobody would know how I felt.
But you said felt very alone. I was miserable. I wasn't happy.
Mhm.
And so at that point, when you felt those things, you were actually projecting that feeling on other people. Do you agree when you say you wasn't as nice to those people?
It wasn't intentional. I
Uh-uh.
didn't notice it. I didn't
I didn't
notice it. At that
didn't
time
ask
that I
you a
was in
question
that,
though,
at
baby.
the time that I was in it, I didn't notice it. When I noticed it, I felt horrible that I had went so long treating
Hmm.
people that way. And
Okay,
from
but
that moment forward, I said I wouldn't. Now I'm not perfect, right? I make
uh-huh.
mistakes. I go off on people. I cuss people out.
Mhm.
but I try to make sure it's warranted now. I'm telling you, I used to just fly off the handle.
But you said it
you know,
wasn't intentionally. See, we're not going to, what I'm trying to get at, I guess the reason why I'm trying to drive this home, it don't have to be intentionally. It could simply be because you don't know any better or
right,
because you're going through something. That's what this is. When we
right,
started out and we start out talking, it was all about self-love, right? So when you don't love yourself, you may not be doing things intentionally to hurt other people, but it's simply because you don't know how to love. So you can't give love because you don't love yourself. That's where, and at that point you may have not known, but you simply didn't love yourself the way you should have loved yourself, so you was projecting that stuff out onto other people, but not intentionally, right?
right.
Would you say that's almost like the same, dear?
Yeah, but I at that point I couldn't provide myself with like basic needs and necessities. Like I was always in survival mode. You
So
know what I
I'm
mean?
always
Like,
in survival mode.
mhm. I
See, but
wasn't. I didn't feel successful. You know what I mean? Like
okay.
when you a young girl, right? About
Mhm,
I guess about 11, 12, you start dreaming,
mhm,
having aspirations, planning out your life.
uh-huh,
And I guess about 24, 25, that's when I really hit my bottom in just what was going on in my life, right? And
mhm,
I didn't feel successful. I
mhm,
didn't feel wanted. I didn't
mhm.
feel um attractive. It was a lot that was going on.
Mm.
Um and what I projected to the world wasn't what I presented.
Okay.
So everybody has like duality to them.
Right, right.
And because I didn't feel good inside, what I wanted people to see was that I was good on the outside.
So it's a facade, like I said.
Exactly. It's absolutely a facade. Yeah.
I think sometimes people deep down they are hurting for whatever reason. I think a lot of it is childhood trauma or trauma they have experienced along the way that they haven't dealt with and they don't have the tools, because perhaps they don't even see something is wrong with them because they grow up masking, they hurt and pain by eating,
Right.
drinking, taking drugs, being promiscuous, and hurting
Right.
other people. They mask their hurt. And that's
And that's
where,
how I mask my pain. I mask my
okay,
pain with food. Right. So,
see, see,
um, you
yeah,
know, when you are young, you don't have access to drugs and well, I
right,
didn't have
right,
access to drugs and money and stuff. It was around me, but I
mhm,
couldn't afford it.
right.
So what I had readily available was food, an
Was
abundance
true.
of food. You know what I
Was
mean? My stepfather loved to cook. So that's all he would do. You know what I mean? Is cook all
mhm,
day. So
mhm.
I eat all day.
But see, it's still, I think, yeah, this is a great topic because a lot of times we don't know. And until we talk to people and licensed professionals to get help in some of
Mhm.
our addictions and some of our hurt and pain and get the tools and the techniques and the counseling we need, the therapy we need, it doesn't go away. Until I say I am addicted to cigarettes and I go and get help, the nicotine patch, the counseling, the hypnosis, until I will continue to do that. But first, I have to realize it. And you said that in this conversation, you said, I realized that something was wrong with me. And so I did this, I did that. Well, if you're not happy in life and you are hurting and you're not trying to help the problem, you'll never gain your abundance of peace and prosperity, wealth, health, whatever you desire. Whatever it is for you to desire. You won't desire that because you don't see anything wrong with you. So you have to realize that something is wrong with you. And again, I say this, it's hard for people to love you when they don't love themselves. You have to start trying to love yourself, Monty. You know, and when you
No,
don't
I
love,
I agree, but I also believe in nurture, and I believe that you could love somebody into loving themselves, but they have to be willing. They have to be a willing participant.
oh, okay, okay.
If you not willing, if you don't, if your will is to be headstrong, you're gonna
Mhm.
be headstrong.
But if I have an addiction, Monty, and I don't admit to myself that I have an addiction,
I don't think
then
that's the case though. I think
no,
I
no,
think
I
this.
just
Oh, okay.
no, this general, baby, this general.
Oh, okay.
If
Okay.
I this is just general, we're not talking about one specific person. You was talking about your relationship that you have with that person, and I was saying just in general, if you have an addiction and you won't admit that you have an addiction and you won't go get help for the addiction, you will continue to have that addiction, right?
Yes, but at the same time, like, so I'm gonna use myself for example, right? When I was a little girl, because I wasn't always heavy set, I became heavy set.
Mm-hmm.
But I was a regular kid, and a very unhappy time in my life, in my childhood.
Mm-hmm.
I gravitated towards food because it was readily available. It was something I could do that gave me instant gratification, right? No matter
Uh-huh.
how bad it made me feel later, I
Mm-hmm.
felt good at that moment. So I would go to that, right? And it start with, I'm just gonna eat 2 cookies.
Mm-hmm.
And then it gradually go to, I'm gonna eat 4 cookies. And then next thing you know, you eating a whole pack of cookies, right? And you don't see yourself going from 50 pounds to 60
Mm-hmm.
pounds to 70
Mm-hmm.
pounds. You wake up one day and you 100 pounds.
Oh, Jesus. Yeah.
It's when it starts to affect you and how you maneuver through life, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So once you there, now you got a lot of steps that you got to take to heal,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes it's easier just to stay there.
Oh, that's deep. Sometimes it's easier
It's
just to stay
easier
there than
just
to
to
try to
stay
heal.
there because the other side
Mm.
of it is a lot of work, right?
Yeah.
On your
Okay.
part, on your part.
Okay.
Nobody else can do that. Nobody
Okay.
else can take me to the gym and make me work out. Period.
Okay. Now I
Nobody
get it.
else can tell me to put the fork down
But
and
you
I
are.
actually do it. It has to be within me. Y'all know the saying, you could lead a horse to water, but you can't make them drink, right?
Right.
You could keep telling me what I gotta do until I know what I have to do for myself,
Right.
which is the basic care and basic needs for myself. It's falling on deaf ears. It's attacking me for being fat.
Mm-hmm.
That's how I felt. No
So
matter
you
how
didn't want
much
to
I
face
know
it.
my mama care about me, my mother
Mm-hmm.
don't want me to be fat. I'm looking at her, you overweight. How you gonna tell me I'm overweight and I need to stop eating? You see what I'm saying? So
Mm-hmm.
sometimes it's not even the message, it's the messenger too, right?
So
I
you
don't
think
think I'm gonna tell you, I don't think anybody in the beef sector gonna reach anybody in the beef sector until that person want to be
I
reached.
don't think so. I
It's
don't,
not
and
the
I don't
place,
think this the
it's not
place,
the
my
place for healing.
I don't
It's not
think it's
the
the
place
place
for
for
teaching.
healing. Mhm.
It's not.
I think
It's not.
I think here I'm just talking about on YouTube. If you're not in the medical professional area of therapy and stuff like that, I think because the energy that surrounds some of us in this place, I don't think that we will ever that a person will be ever be able to be healed here when they have that much pain. That's why when I do these shows, I should make sure that I drop maybe links in the bottom. I'm bad about that. Links in my description box because I never wanted to seem harsh or judgmental. I wanted to come from a place of love or caring, because I can't say I love that person. I'm gonna tell you the truth. See, I ain't gonna fake and shake. I can't say I love that person, but as a person, and as me seeing a person actually destroying themselves and every relationship that they come in contact with, in these YouTube streets, then this is just me delivering a message to them. Now, you could take this message one or two ways. You could take it and think about it, and it could be a seed that is planted, and you do what you will, to become better or to seek out what your problem. Or you could turn on a live and call me all kind of bitches. Either way, it works for me, because I was only a messenger. That's all I was, of this message about why people can't love and respect and believe that they could have people who love and respect and care for them, is because most likely is deep rooted hate, or deep rooted something they have against themselves. They can't love themselves, so we can't expect them to love someone else, right? And that is basically the nut in the shell, right? You can't
I,
love somebody if you don't love yourself, Monty. I just
I
can't see
agree,
how
but
you do
I
that.
also know with trauma, it's stored for us, in our brain. And
Right,
it's
right.
this trauma that you know about, and it's trauma that you
Mhm,
don't know about. You know what I'm
mhm,
saying? It's trauma you
mhm,
remember, and it's trauma you don't
mhm,
remember. The
mhm,
the
mhm,
once it's formed, the
mhm.
hypothalamus gland literally stores any trauma, even from in the
Exactly.
womb. So
Exactly.
it might be some deep seated, deep rooted trauma that, will take therapy and everything to get through, right?
That's the
But there's
physiology of it.
always
That's
there's
true.
always hope. You know what I'm saying? And what
Mhm.
I want to say is I do love her.
You do.
I deeply love
You
her.
really do.
Like it almost make me mad that I
Yeah.
love her, right? But I still love her.
Mhm.
I can't turn it off.
Always have.
You know what
Always
I'm
have.
saying? And I
Always have.
always will. And I pray for
And you
her,
know what?
and I
Go
hope
ahead.
that she receive what everybody is saying to her
Mhm,
in the time that she needs to receive it. And I
mhm.
hope that she heal. I really truly do, because once she does, that's when she's going to flourish.
You see
Like
greater.
I see so much greatness in her. Like she's brilliant,
See, you
brilliant,
know what? You know
brilliant.
what?
Like if I had half of her brain, you know what I'm saying? Like that's how I
Mhm,
feel about her. If I just had half of her brain,
mhm.
man, you
You
know,
know, you
I love
know,
her. I can't respect what she's doing, and I'm just
right,
gonna be honest. Like it's some accountability that needs to happen on
right,
her part, and I don't
right.
know why, or who or how it's being enabled for so long.
Well,
My
you
family,
know what, too?
my family wouldn't allow it. I'm gonna tell you right now. By
Mhm.
now, my sister would have knocked me upside my head somewhere, like and dragged me and told me, "You need to do better." And that's all I'm saying as her sister, because I love her like a sister. I'm
Mhm.
knocking you on your head right now, and I'm dragging you, and I'm telling you to do better, because I love you and I want you to win, and you can win, and you deserve to win. Period.
Mhm. Well, I'll say this, and I'm gonna get ready to wrap it up. I know that you had a lasting relationship with it, and I know you was hurt by the relationship. And like I said, I'm not gonna sit here and really technically judge anyone. And the Bible say, people say, "Oh, can't judge people. You should judge people." The Bible say you can judge a fruit by its fruit. Okay, I believe that's the way it goes. You can judge a fruit. So we see different things. We see potential in people. We have expectations in people. Okay, hold on. TC says she have a question. Hold on. No, you're not out of line, TC. Did you want to come up or you just want to pose the question? You could pose the question. And this ain't a beat on Demetra type thing, because that's who we talking about. And I think everybody who's seen it know that. We know y'all had a genuine relationship. This more of a just making an observation of something that's going on with, with this particular person that we see, a lot. Something's going on, and like I said, everybody see potential, but until you love yourself and see potential in yourself, Monty, you said it in so many words, you won't be able to change who you are and people who come around you. And we need to stop giving people passes, and we need to give them tough love. And everybody don't learn from tough love. But to me, when you soften the blow and you give them a pass and you accept bad behavior and you talk about them behind their backs, then you're not doing them any justice. Cut the bullshit, be for real, call it what it is. And it doesn't take a lot of, screaming and yelling and calling a bunch of drunk bees and da 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 and that. It doesn't take that. It just takes you telling a person what you want and sometime walking away. Okay, go ahead. You can ask the question, TC. Did you want me to drop the link, baby? That's what I was asking you. Or you wanted to ask Monty a question? Go ahead and pose the question to her, TC Queen. She want to ask you a question, Monty.
Oh, she can ask me a question. TC cool with me.
Go ahead, TC. Drop the question. It says, at Miss T, if I'm out of order, just tell me. I have a question. Who is, oh, she was asking us who we was talking about. I see the end now. We were talking
about I guess we answered that.
Go ahead, answer it. We were talking about the friendship and the love that she had for Demetria. Hold on, let's make sure that's Queen. Queen, I think this you. That's you?
Yes.
Is all right, Queen. There you go. There you go. Go ahead, sweetheart. Welcome to the show. Go ahead. What you like
good
to
morning.
add to this conversation, sis?
Yes. Good morning, Mz.Teavalocity. Good morning, Manny, the one and only. Love you, girl. Love you, sis.
You Love you too.
I just really wanted to say how much I appreciate you saying how much you love your friend, how much you see in them that they may not see in themselves. And like you said, if you had half their brain, oh my goodness.
Mm-hmm.
Such I hear that, and Mz.Teavalocity, I was woo. It's breathtaking, and it's great to hear that I know we have those people in these streets. We have I've always said we've always had some awesome people in these streets. Some just different folks do different things a different way. I think we're all coming to a head on some of the very same things about calling people out in a particular manner, a certain way. We're not trying to fuss and fight and argue and cuss all the time.
Right.
Some things, listen, talk to a person, take them to the side or whatever the case may be. But I really just want to say I appreciate what you're talking about, and Mz.Teavalocity, you always open your forums up to trying to resolve, making a resolve of a situation as opposed to instigating and igging a situation.
Mm-hmm.
And we have people in these YouTube streets who do that. I want to say I use the 80-20 rule, and there are many people who I have grown to adore and love in these YouTube streets. They know who they are. We've chatted in the back and on the phone and things of that nature. I will not talk to people on the phone, so forget that. Okay. And there are some people that I will speak. I will always speak because it is free to do so. And I will use the 80-20 rule. If I can only, if all you are is a good person, if you're a good moderator and you can get in there and you know how to moderate, then use that person as a moderator. They may not be the person you want to resolve some big issues or to write a proposal or do some big stuff, but use them for what they're good for. Don't overdo it with some people, because some people, they weren't wired that way.
Okay. Good
You
point.
understand what I'm saying? And so I always say you can't pour 8 ounces of water in a 6-ounce cup. It's gonna overflow all the time. I have put I have placed my expectations and standards on people. That's not right. However, there are people who I see it clear as day that they have so much, and I'm going to make them. I'm going to make them go to that. I'm going to make them come up to it, because I know they can. Yep, they're going to do that. I'm going to take them to task.
And that's where I think Monty was saying, HB, that she was really trying to love her so much that she was going to bring her to love her and to love herself. Am I correct, Monty?
I believe in nurture. I definitely believe in that, because that's how I was loved into myself. And not saying that, I don't want people to think I was just pooping on people, or, like I am who I am. I've always been a very caring individual, but I would just fly off the handle. I didn't see the world the way everybody saw the world. And I think that's why I'm able to have, a little bit of duality in a lot of situations where people see things one way. I see it another way, because I used to be that way. And people love me in spite of me, and love me through my flaws, and taught me, to love myself. I'm learning self-love and self-care at an age that people look at me like I'm crazy. I didn't do a lot of things that a lot of quote unquote normal people did early on. I didn't build my credit till I was 35. I didn't purchase my first car off a lot till I was 36. I didn't do a lot of things because of what trauma I had in my life. I was stuck in a lot of different stages, and I'm healing, and I'm growing, and I'm starting to love myself more right through it. I've always loved myself. I've always, took basic care of myself, but it's a lot more to it than that. We look at wellness as maybe just one area, but it's so many areas of wellness. And somebody could be great in one area and suffer in other areas. I think as a whole, as a people, we need to start focusing on one, what we need to work on individually, but also overall, we need to work on what we need to work on as a people. And we have some buckets that we are suffering in, and to be honest with you, it's more buckets that we suffer than we conquer. So, I'm looking at my life as my failures are stepping stones to my success, and I could stay stuck in drag my heels, or I could try to make movement in the right direction, and I think we all get stuck and we all drag our heels, but it's when people truly care about you and they pull your coattail. I remember, okay, so for example, I did a live with Bernadette, right? And nobody knew that previous to the live, we both wanted to talk on the same topic. But because I can debate any topic, any side, I told her, yeah, I'll take the no new friends. And I literally had to draw off of 4 or 5 different personas on YouTube that holler no new friends.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember after that live, you called me.
I called you.
Yeah, you called me and you said, Monty, are you okay?
I know what day you talking about.
But I wasn't okay.
Oh, I knew that.
Right? But it wasn't what I said in that live wasn't what I really felt. You know what I mean? But literally, I wasn't okay. And I believe in divine order. So even though I didn't believe the stuff that I was projecting, right? Um, in some ways I was believing it subconsciously. And it didn't take I didn't realize it to me and you had that phone conversation.
Right.
You
Right.
see what I'm saying? So
Oh,
even
yeah.
though I'm thinking I'm playing this persona,
Mm-hmm.
right? The real you come out and you can't fake it with people that care about you or know you. Everybody else could look at that live and not think nothing of it. But you know me.
Yep.
You knew that wasn't me. Called to check on me. And that's why I forever love and have gratitude towards you. Because even when that was probably a hard conversation to bring up or a hard topic to bring to me, I knew you loved me and I knew you cared for me deeply enough to check on me. And that means a lot. That means a lot to somebody
I
like me.
do. We have
You
a
know what I'm
special
saying?
relationship.
I'm the person that call and check on other people. People rarely call to check on me. When people call me, they want something from me.
So that's deep. Thank you, Monty. But I truly, I said it earlier that I have a place in my heart for you and will always have one, no matter what. I have a real, true love for you. TC, I think TC still just up here.
No, I'm here.
Oh, TC, I
Yes.
appreciate what you really said too, because I try not to be judgmental, and sometimes I have to catch myself because if you delivering something, and yes, when the incident took place the other day, and I think we all familiar with it, something said you have to talk about self-love because sometimes people have to see
Mhm.
that people need healing. It's not about not liking them because of what's coming out their mouth or their behavior. It's something deeper and you need to look past it. And that's what happened with this situation. I tried to, even though I became so angry and so mad, but I heard the hurt in both Newbie and Demetra. I heard they're hurting them. And I said, this is a little deeper. So I said, I need to know what message I'm delivering. Now, you don't always like the messenger. I know I'm not liked by this young lady, and that's okay. I still live and breathe every day, and I'm still going to come down here and get my message out. And I spoke to a good friend. Now, Monty was a good friend of hers, and she talked about situations. And so when I come down here, I never come down here to be like I'm better than anybody else. Oh, I got it all wrapped up. Oh, I don't need nobody. Oh, I'm just this. No, I come down here because I genuinely care for some people and I care about my community, my people. So I always try to motivate, uplift, or inspire somebody. Even if I get down here and get a little messy, is always a message at the end before I close out. And
Yes,
so
it is.
when I saw this, that's how I use my platform. I said, you have an opportunity to deliver this message. Now, how well people receive it, that will be on them. It was just my job to receive it because we don't know that we have a lot of childhood trauma. We have people with PTSD. Monty just said that from her childhood trauma or trauma she experienced made her feel a certain way. Trauma I may have experienced made me feel a certain way. But because I'm learning, because I allowed myself to learn and to love myself, that's how I'm getting on top of things, or I have gotten on top of things because it's been a while, but I still work on it daily. And so when I see stuff like this happening and I hear hurt, I try to just look a little deeper before I start judging. And I just saw that Demetra was really hurt, but her pain is really coming from something else, and she's just projecting it on people. And every opportunity that she get to hit a platform, that's why the loud talking, the cussing. But then you could hear some really good shit coming from her, some smart. She be on point,
Yes,
right?
indeed.
But if you don't see yourself like that, if you don't believe in yourself like that, it's hard for you to achieve what you really trying to achieve from these people.
Exactly.
You get lost. And that's what's happening with her, is getting lost because it's something deeper. But I'm not here to judge.
Can I speak on the hurt of the both of them real quick?
Well, TC, hold that thought. Go ahead, TC.
Okay, just 2 seconds and I'm gonna come down. I just want to say that the atmosphere, the universe right now is going and has been going through a plethora of changes. So I just wanted to just make people aware. Most people are already aware of this. Right now, we just came out of Mercury retrograde and we're in Saturn retrograde. June 13, June 21st, June 27th. Now, June is this duality. Mixology. You said something about duality, and we in Gemini season, so this is very interesting. So, masculine and feminine energy is here. My mother nature and father time are working on us. And let me just say this: Saturn is the oldest planet in the universe, known right now, to what we know right now. Okay, and it's very mysterious. You know, the mysterious rings around and all that stuff, and it's karma. Okay, it's karma, and what's going on. And what will be going on? So June 13th, powerful day. June 21, powerful day. June 28th and 29th, powerful days. This is what's going on. Karma is coming to us. So old relationships, and I'm just gonna old relationships, people just coming. You married now, you in a new relationship or something. Your old flings are coming, they coming back out the woodwork. You be like, what? Another thing, our relationships that we have, stuff that if people had not done the work and were in the process of doing the work, it's coming up and it's coming out, and it has nothing to do with that person. It has something to do with everything you, Ms. T, have just said. Manny, you already know. The people in the chat already know. It has something to do with something deeper. We have to do the work because we've been traumatized on levels, some when I say involuntary, some voluntary, some things that we don't remember, and some things that we do. So these streets sometimes egg some things. If you're not working, y'all work. Your self-love is the word and the concept of the month. Self-love. They've been saying it. So Mz.Teavalocity, you are in sync with exactly what universe is trying to put forth. Thank God that you thought about it for a couple of days and you went forth with the message that was given to you and the message that needed to be put out there. We must use ourselves as vessels. Folk here who have these chats must be used as vessels. Okay, so just know that, Ms. T, you're on point. June 13, powerful day. So here's what I say to people: do Psalms 23. Do Psalms 23, okay? On those days for 7 times a day. Psalms 23. Say it 7 times on those days. And ask for what you want unapologetically. Like if you want to get a Porsche Cayenne, that's okay. That's okay. Do your thing. If you want relationships with your family, your loved ones, you know, whatever, and such, and blah blah blah, handle that business. If you remember something that happened in the second grade, something that you did, you were a bully and you did something to that girl, or you did something to that boy, or you did something to your family member, and such, ask for forgiveness. Apologize and atone. It's okay. These particular days, June 13, June 21, June 28, and 29. The masculine and feminine energy is in alignment with your assignment, because we all have it. I have my assignment. Trust me, I don't want to say triggered because it wasn't a negative thing, but I know what I have to do. Okay, some of us are falling back, and some of you all are going to be coming up to the fray. That's okay. But I'm still here. Don't get it twisted. I do my thing a different way. I move differently, not moving funny. I move differently. Okay. I move uniquely because I'm in alignment with my assignment from the Most High, you see. Okay, so I just wanted to say that look, y'all all said it. I just wanted to round it off because it was already said. Y'all already said it. It's already been done. It's being done right now. And folks, Regina M is in the chat. I see her. She's an amazing sister. Ooh, and we talk about these things all the time. So just understand that we are congruent to the universe. The universe is going through it too. So I just wanted to say that to everyone, and I'm getting ready to get out of here. I'm going to work. I don't want to have to pull up on anybody's doorstep and be like, "Yo, T, I was in your chat. I may need a place to stay." And Manny, I might have to walk a minute, but I'll pull up and be like, I need a place to stay. But the bottom line is that, I thank you all because I appreciate it for me as well, hearing it. And I wish nothing but, forgiveness for everybody. I ask to be forgiven if I've ever done anything to anybody in these streets that are here today. I ask for forgiveness. And I ask for our situation to be reconciled by the Most High. You see, we gotta be specific, because when we say we want things to be reconciled, here come the little sneaky, and let me reconcile this. No, trickster, stay the heck away, because you are not invited to this party. Okay, bye.
Thank you.
I want it to be reconciled by the light. So all of you are my sisters and brothers in the light. And I thank you so much for your platform. Continue on success with all of that, what you do. Your business, Mixology, it is getting ready to go to a whole nother level. Do your thing.
I just told everybody else yesterday. Thank you so much, TC. It's always a pleasure, Queen.
All right, y'all.
Blessed day.
Thank you, TC.
Love everyone.
Peace. Thank you. Peace. Much love. Peace. Go ahead, Monty.
No, what I just wanted to say is I believe the reason why the hurt is there is because it's a true friendship there. And anytime you lose somebody you care about, it's going to be painful. It's going to be some kind of hurt, but also I could say, as someone who was her friend, I tried my hardest to pull her coattail in private. I tried not to make it a public thing because I do believe in, pulling people to the side. So my belief is that the pain Newbie feels is from the conversations that they've had, and vice versa,
Yeah.
Maybe not having some kind of common understanding or common ground, because I could say when me and her separated, I didn't fully understand until January of this year when it was told to me, so you have to be very direct and open and honest with people when you build in relationships with them. And I just want the best for both of them. I apologize sincerely to Newbie that she had to experience that, because I know how she feels. And I apologize sincerely to Demetra for feeling like she had to watch her back so closely with people who really cared about her, because she really is a good person deep down inside. I know she's not what we see. I know that. Like, I know that. I'm secure in that. So with that being said, I wish everyone the best. I love all of y'all. And at the end of the day, in a world where you could be anything, just be yourself. It's okay. If you want to stay where you at, that's okay too. You just can't expect people to want to watch it.
I never thought about that until you said that. I didn't, that never crossed my mind that perhaps people want to stay where they at, and just we just have to accept that and leave them where they at. But I'm never, and until you said that today, that sometimes people just want to stay where they at. That's a fact. And sometimes you just have to leave them there.
Yeah,
And everyone, believe it or not, everyone has a time and a season to be in our lives, and they teach us something. We learn something from them, whether they hurt us, make us feel good, or whatever. That was their season and that was their time. You don't beg them to stay, you allow them to just leave, and you go on with a life, because nothing is permanent. Nobody is permanent in your life. However, some people do be in our lives for a long season until they pass or we pass. That's just life. But to allow people, for me, to allow people to abuse me, use me, and make me feel some kind of way that I don't want to feel, I have no need. And I release people like that, you know? And where other people, like you said, and I love you for this, Monty, you said I nurture people into love. And that's what we are supposed to do. But again, we're not the same,
Mm-hmm.
and that's what I think make our balance our relationship. Because you could tell me some things, I say, oh, I never thought about it that way. Monty, good point. And I tell you something, you say, Mama T, oh, well, maybe this is happening. So it's a good thing that you have genuine relationships and you build them. However, if I wasn't capable, and I'm gonna take it back to this and wrap it up, because this is what it's about. If I'm not capable of loving myself, it would be hard for me to accept anything you say to make me better, or to make me view something a little different, from a different point of view. I think it all boils down to a person loving themselves and allowing people to love them. And it's not easy. Like you said, it's different steps. And like I said earlier, yeah, we didn't see Tracy come on here and change and stop dragging, but we did see her come on camera. So something must have triggered her when she was incarcerated for that little time. I don't know how she felt about herself prior to that, but I know she feels pretty good now, and it shows. So, baby steps, our expectation of people, maybe we should kind of guide that a little bit, watch that a little bit. But
I could definitely say every situation should teach you something. And I learned a lot from the situation, as much as I hate that I went through it. Like I said earlier, whenever something like that happens, like, you could grow from it, right? It didn't feel good to be in it, but to now be on the other side of it, it definitely feel better, and I'm glad that you did talk about it, because, to be honest with you, I wanted to go on my platform and it wouldn't have been like this, right? So
Oh wow.
Everybody has a purpose, and your purpose absolutely came into play today. Thank you so much for keeping me in check and me in line, even when you don't know you doing it.
Oh
I
wow.
appreciate because yeah, like old habits die hard. So
Yep. Yep. And I have to put myself in check many times. Like I said, I'm no different than a lot of people. Yeah, I want to come down here and sling bees and hold them, bitches. You ain't no good. But I won't allow to do my. I won't allow myself to do that because of my growth. My
right,
growth.
and
I've grown.
I literally listened to something that was said yesterday, and it
I
triggered
don't
me, and
believe.
not the way that I should have been triggered. I should have been triggered in a positive way, but it literally made me want to address something. But I said I'm asleep on it, and I'm glad I did. I'm so glad I did. But once again, thank you. I'm a drop in the chat so you could close out your show because I know you
Wait,
don't like.
hold on, because we have a question. So you hang on
Oh,
because you're gonna answer, and I'll answer it. And I know both of us love to answer. So hold on. Now,
okay.
what are your thoughts on people with alleged mental traumatic trauma helping themselves by being on YouTube in this particular sector? Please elaborate. It doesn't help at all. This sector has too many chaotic moments, too many demons running around it, and people could say what they want and they may not like it, but I've been saying it. I can see, I can see some of the demons here on social media. And they may not like that I say it, but I'm going to say it because I'm telling you what I see because my spiritual level is there. I see so many demons running around here. This is not a place for somebody who's suffering with an addiction, who's trying to get cleaned up. It's not a place for people looking for validation, love, and acceptance. Is not a place for that, really. When you have something that deep and that traumatic, you need to seek professional help. Even though I come on here, I try to uplift, motivate, inspire, turn dust into diamonds, still that's not enough time. Okay, it's not enough time. If you know someone, or if you feeling, some type of way, and you suffering with some type of mental illness or addictions, you need to get off YouTube. You need to get off YouTube and seek professional help. That's my take. Go ahead, Monty. You can answer it now.
Okay, so hold on, the question went away. What are your
Oh,
thoughts on
let me
people?
put it back. Let me put it back. Hold on. Right there. Can you read it?
Oh yeah, in this particular sector, I'm gonna speak. I always speak about myself because I don't like speaking for other people. But for myself, I came into this sector when I was in a depression, and I had just lost my uncle, who was like my father in many ways, and it did not help me at all. It actually sunk me into a deeper depression and horrible state. it it created an addiction that I didn't know um I would even be subjective to. So I definitely say it's not a place for anybody who has any kind of mental trauma, and it's not a place for healing. I had to leave this sector to get healing. It's 24 hours because there's so many people that go live and do, content that you literally you could get sucked into it. Like it's never ending. And a few times I felt like I've been sucked into the twilight zone. Is also depending on how you think about things, albeit virtual, it can really become your reality.
Mm.
For me, it's the unseen and the unknown that I am most concerned with, right? So the unseen mental trauma, the unknown mental trauma that's watching and getting feelings and thoughts. That's what worries me. So be it that we get real down and dirty and nasty and ugly with each other here, I don't think it's a place for anybody. Um, especially someone with any kind of mental trauma. And that's why I've had to really remove myself, being that I am in circles with people that I truly care about, that I have relationships with on and off YouTube. I am still in the know of what's going on. But the amount of time that I spend watching it and putting it into my body is minimal compared to what it was before. So, I find myself going and finding old movies that I really like and watching that instead of watching B Sector and, things like that, and finding other ways to get a laugh or enjoyment, because I'm not enjoying us tear each other down. I'm not enjoying the constant berets and attacks on each other and people character and, living situations and addictions and all of that. Like, for somebody that's like me, it's a lot. Like, I take it in, and even though I know it's not my reality or it's not my situation, I still feel bad for other people who are going through it. So um after I'll just say it, forget it. I almost ended up in a divorce. I got to such a low place. And after my reconciliation with my husband, I made a conscious decision that I can't put so much negativity into my brain because it's coming out in other areas of my life.
You made a good point. And just when you said that, and I know what's going on, but anywho, that's another story. But just when you said that, you said it was becoming, basically, it was becoming my reality. It was affecting my marriage, my life, my peace. And so you had to back off because the energy and the time you were spending was destroying your real home. And that's what this YouTube does. This is, and I'm not going to talk about just the beef sector. YouTube, period, social media, people is becoming their reality. And when it becomes your reality, it's conflicting because these people shouldn't be in your real world when they are constantly tearing people down, berating people, talking about people, dragging and gagging, calling bitches and whores, and you drunk bitch, you drug addict bitch, you are always, that will not help anyone. Is not the place for healing unless you go in a healing sector or section. And I know there's some, but my advice, like,
That's exactly what I did.
no, 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 but it
I'm
is, it is.
serious. I went straight. I'm telling you, the B sector. I went
Yeah,
straight from the B sector to this to his name is Sad Guru.
mm,
And when I say I binge watched that man videos, he's a oh God, why I can't think of nothing this morning. But
because it's early.
uh is it Hindu? Yeah, he's Hindu, I think. But basically, he just teach about being a good person, right?
Mm-hmm.
And just overall goodness of humanity, just humanity, right? How you deal with situations, how you look at situations, and he gives a lot of analogies where you can just understand it and digest it, right? And I literally ran from the B sector to that. And then I started finding things that brought me joy again.
Mm, great.
Um, I thought I had joy here, right? I thought that I was enjoying what I was putting in, because I was enjoying the people I was around. And it came to the head where I'm like, I really don't enjoy watching my people tear each other down. I expect it from a white person. I expect it from another, culture, but I just can't no more. You know what I'm saying? Like, to me, it feels very divisive. It feels very, as you said, demonic. And that's
Yeah.
not what I want to see from my people. And because I don't want to see it, I can't be a part of it. And, you know, like I said, I get bits and pieces, and I might drop down with people that I really truly support. It's a couple people that's beef sector, and it's a couple people that's beef sector adjacent. You know what I mean? And so I try to just support the people that I truly support and I truly love. Um, but even that is getting hard when it's about the beef.
Mm-hmm.
And,
Understandable.
I see the shift in myself, right? Like TC said, it's a shift in the universe, in the atmosphere. And when I think about myself, I think about my legacy as well, my daughters and my son and my grandson. And when I go on, I don't want them to go to my channel and see a bunch of bull crap.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want them to say, is this what my mom was on social media doing? You know what I mean? And I think about why I really came on YouTube. Like, I didn't come on YouTube um to be messy. Like, I didn't. The very first live that I ever did, I privated it right after I published it, because I was like, no, right? It didn't sit well with my spirit when I played it back. But the very first live that I did was because of the Eat with Q and Be Love beef. And I was so mind blown. Like, I didn't even know about the beef sector at this time, but I was so mind blown that Eat with Q did that to Be Love, right? That I was appalled. Like, how could you tear Be Love down like that? And she supported you and this and that and this and that. And then I find myself in the beef sector doing the exact same ish that
They
made
were
me go
doing.
the first time, right? So
Mm-hmm.
I think of things in full circle, and I had to sit with myself and remember, what was the first live that you ever did, right? And I was like, yo, like, it's like, I think about things. Hindsight is always 2020.
Mm-hmm.
And then I thought about when I really started doing content, what was my purpose for doing the content? And the reason I started doing content was because I had just lost my uncle, and none of my family has archived any of our recipes. My uncle was
Mm.
a great cook. My grandmother was
Wow.
living with me at the time, and she was going to teach me all of these recipes, right? And we was going to archive them on YouTube for my kids and my nieces. So if anything ever happened to me, because at that time I was also struggling with my blood pressure. So, if anything ever happened to me, I was thinking negatively. Blood pressure is a huge thing for us.
Mm-hmm.
So I was thinking negatively, and I just wanted to archive recipes so that my daughter learned how to cook from me, because at that time she was only 2. And I didn't want her to learn from YouTube or somewhere else. And I wanted her to have basically like a video archive of me. Um,
Cooking. Yeah.
Teaching her with love.
Take your time, Monty. Let's go to a little break, Monty, okay? Let's go to a little break, Pumpkin. You just,
I'm
it's
so
okay,
disappointed.
baby.
I'm disappointed in myself, Mama T, but I am.
Don't
And
be
that's why I'm
disappointed.
crying, because I'm having an epiphany right now. You know what I mean? And this is how I grow, right? Like I think about it, I get it up, I get it out, and I move forward, right? So moving forward, I'm remembering, and it's good to remember why. And I'm mad at myself. I'm disappointed because I allowed a lot of
Yeah,
drama
I know. I know. You know, we
to
talk
take
about
away from me that time that I had with my grandmother that last
it.
year. You know what I'm saying? I allowed other stuff, and I did accomplish things in that time. Don't get me wrong, right? But I'm upset because I got derailed from what I came to do.
Delay don't mean you're not destined, no, baby. That's okay. It was just a delay. You still destined for greatness in what you want to do. That's okay. This was a pause moment, but it's okay. It's definitely okay. You got it. You got it. You needed that moment to be delayed for some reason. You may not see it now, but it was a reason, and you may not never understand the delay and how it happened. But God's got you. You got it.
I believe that though, just like I remember one day I was running late for work, and probably like 5 minutes late, right? And I listen to NPR when I'm driving. I like listening to that. And every 8 minutes it give you like an update on the traffic. And so I'm driving, and it's like, traffic is clear, da 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 da. And like the next 8 minutes, oh, it's a horrible accident. And I promise you, if I'd have left on time, I might have been in that accident. You know what I mean?
Oh my
So
gosh.
ever since that day, like I think about that. You know what I mean? Like I was upset that I was running late. You know what I mean? But then I had to think, like, you never know. Maybe God made me late. You know what I'm saying? So
Oh
that
my God.
and it's happened so many times, like where something just don't pop off the way you want it to pop off. You know what I mean? And then when it does, it's just so much grander, greater than you could ever imagine. Better. So I'm very patient, like when it comes to like things like that. You know what I mean? Like I've learned to not really question the universe and to kind of try to understand, what's going on. But at the same time, sometimes you just don't understand. You know what I mean?
Oh
Like,
my
hey,
gosh.
yeah.
Oh
So
my gosh, Monty.
yeah, so
God.
I'm grateful, you know what I'm saying, for all life lessons, because it's growth, and this probably is the fire I need lit
Mm.
up under me to go ahead and archive these recipes for my daughter, even though I don't have the same kind of doom and gloom outlook on life like I
Mhm.
did, 3 years ago. Um, it's still the reason why I fired up a channel on YouTube, period, to
You
cook,
know,
to
go
teach
ahead.
my daughter how to cook.
Oh my gosh, Monty, you'll never believe what you just said. And I am so sorry when I was going, oh my God, because that very experience I had one day, Monty. I was running late and I ran in the gas station to get some cigarettes, and it was switching time. It was changeover time. So the Muslim brother, older man, about 70, he was there counting his money. And I was like, oh my gosh, I am going to be late. I am. So when he did finish, he got to me. He said, Sister, he said, just relax. He said, do you know that God, he said, have patience. Do you know that God can be blocking something for you, like an accident or something? So when you said that, I remember that happening to me. And now I am much more patient when it comes to stuff like that, because he says, Sister, just relax. He said, God may be blocking something, like perhaps an accident on your way to work. And when you said that, I was like, oh my gosh, that happened to me. And
Yep.
from that day on, I look at it a little different. I'm like you, I'm a little more patient, and I don't rush. And if
Right.
I get somewhere late or I leave late, I don't freak, because I used to be a real freak about being on time. And I said, God could have been blocking something. I could have been in a bad accident. So when you said that, that reminded me that of what had happened to me. And that will slow you down and cause you to think and be more patient.
Yeah, and I've just learned to plan better. You know what I'm saying? Like, lay my clothes out the night before, even if I
Yep.
think I'm gonna get up on time. You know what I mean? Just be prepared. You know, plan.
Yep.
Failure to plan is planning to fail, right? So I
Mhm.
don't get my gas in the morning on my way to work no more. Like, I like to have all my stuff ready, you know, for the next day.
Mhm.
If I'm gonna pack a lunch, I pack it at night, you know, so I
Mhm.
could just grab it because I know how I am. You know, I like snoozing. That's why I don't wear makeup every day. I need that extra little 2-3 seconds. You know what I'm saying?
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
So yeah, if it can't be done quickly, it's not gonna get done in the morning. But that's
Yep.
because I get up at 4 every day.
Yeah, who you was up early today. You know, I want
Yeah.
to say something about what you said that it was very powerful. I want to say when you said you lost time and you know you had a little moment there because you got caught up in some of the mess, and that happens to all us. But I also want everyone to know just because you are delayed does not mean you're not destined.
Mm,
Delays come in, stumbling blocks come in our lives for a reason. And one of the reasons that we spoke about just a few minutes ago, because God can be blocking something. And just
right.
because you can't see it, you don't know. And you get your feathers all ruffled and you get all upset, you get anxious, you get upset. I mean, you get mad and you don't know what to do. But you have something in you. And when it's your time and your season, you are going to flourish. You didn't really lose anything. You lost that time, yes,
Hmm.
but you didn't lose anything because it's in you, Monty. You are a beautiful person. I told you, we talked about your channel and everything. I believe when it's your time, you will come back out here and hit it out the park. You're gonna be great because that's what you destined for. But also, you was talking about how you have learned and how things you have developed by being on here when Regina asked that question. And one area, one aspect of it, I looked at when you said you lost so much, you knew this wasn't good for you because of the passing of your uncle, and you went to another sector. And right then in that sector, you start getting um, yourself together, start speaking into your spirit, perhaps, and it start changing you. But you have met some good people here, and I
I've
thank
met
God
some
that you
beautiful
did
people.
jump. I thank
Listen,
God that you did jump in the beef sector because I wouldn't have known you if you wouldn't have. So no matter what had happened.
listen, I don't regret it. I don't regret it
Mhm.
at all because of the people that I've met here.
Right, right.
And it's not just a handful. Like
Mhm.
TC said, it's some beautiful people in the beef sector all around us. And
Mhm.
I appreciate everybody. Listen, I grew up with aunties that cussed us out. You know what I'm saying? I grew
Mhm.
up sitting on the block, chilling in the hood. Like, I am uh very accustomed to cuss words and it
Oh,
don't
me
bother
too.
me. Like, it don't,
Mhm.
it's like regular talk. You know what I mean? Like, it don't, I don't feel no kind of way. I actually prefer it, right? Like, I seek out things that are familiar to me, right? So
Mhm.
it's this black lady who does news, but she do it the way we talk.
Right, right.
She not fluffing it up. She using slang. She using ebonics.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
But I love it because listen, I understand everything she's saying. She breaking it down, and she break it down like, say it's a law case. She'll break it down like boom, da 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 da, and you know what I mean. And you like, girl, like, it's hilarious, right? But it's
Mhm.
informative
Mhm.
and it's familiar to me. I prefer that. I
Uh-huh.
prefer being around a bunch of black people. period. I don't want to have to go somewhere else to be fed into. And that's why I
Right.
appreciate your channel, because even though it could get a little messy at times,
And not too
you
bad.
you pouring into us, and you have been consistent with that. I appreciate that.
Thank you so much, Monty. But
I
you're a
do.
blessing to me. You all are a blessing to me as well. I have to get ready to wrap it up, but
Yes, ma'am. I know.
no.
I tried to drop down, but you made me stay.
Yeah, because I wanted to answer Regina's question because it was a
Yeah,
great
no, it was a
question
great
and
question.
you elaborated on it well. Like, I don't think this area is for people who need healing and help, and not this area and people fighting addictions. I don't think so. It's just too many triggers here, and it's too many it's too much negative energy in certain
Yeah.
environments. But
I will say, when I first came down, it wasn't as negative as it's.
no, me either. But they say it's always
You
been
know,
dark, but that's not true. That's not true,
I
Mom.
feel, well,
I don't know the
I
darkness.
think it was shortly thereafter. I think maybe 2-3 months in, I started
Mhm.
seeing darkness.
Ooh,
But you know, we will excuse away our poor behavior, right?
exactly. Exactly.
So, because we like that person, it's acceptable, or because it was some truth in it, it's acceptable. You know what I mean? And it just get lower and lower and lower. At this point in my life, I'm looking for the elevation sector. Anybody can point me to the elevation sector. That's where I want to go. I want to elevate, and I want to elevate with other Black people. And this, like I said, this is confirmation. This is affirmation. It's all the Asians that we need that's positive. You know what I'm saying? And that's what I'm going to take from it. Every negative situation could turn into a positive situation. I take one of the positives I'm taking from it is I get to tell my friend, and yes, I still consider her my friend, although I can't be her friend. I got to tell her that I love her. In this live, I got to tell her how I truly feel about her. And no, it's not a clout chase. No, it's not a kiss in your butt. It's truly how I feel about you deep down inside. So, I hope
Wow.
that, she hear what I said. And it's all love, right? It's all love. When it come to her. And it's that, like, I don't judge her. You know what I'm saying? I can't judge her. I understand her more than she probably think I do. And I just hope that at some point in time in life we could love on each other.
So
I still hold out that hope, but I know it ain't now. Like,
started to ask you that.
because I love her.
Mm.
When you love somebody, you don't just stop loving them. I don't believe in that. I believe if you truly love somebody and they could do or say something to you, and then now you don't love them no more.
No, I don't think that. No, I don't
You
think
never
that.
loved them. I truly, when I told her I loved her, I truly
Yeah.
love her. You know what I'm saying? She is like, to be honest with you, the way I feel about her, she is an extension of my family. I have a best friend that I haven't talked to in 6 years, and I still love her as if we talked yesterday. But will I ever talk to her again? No. But I
But the
still love
love
her.
never went away. Wow, that's deep. That's deep. Oh, that's deep. You know what? I always say God is not through with me yet. However, when I come on here, I learn all the time. And Monty, I'm somewhat like you. I'm not a quick forgiver, so I'm not gonna lie. I do love, and I love hard. But when I have so many periods of disappointment, me, myself, and I walk away and love you from a distance. And that's what I think you're saying. You
Yeah.
love her, but
But
you
you know,
walk
the
away
other
and love
thing
her
is,
from a
I'm not
distance.
quick to forgive. But
Oh,
at the
I'm
same
not.
time, I want to be forgiven
Yeah.
for my transgressions and for what I do wrong to you or say wrong to
Ooh,
you. So I
I
have to
know.
give you that same forgiveness. But at this point, like I've already given the forgiveness. But at this point, you got to receive it. And in some cases, some people got to ask for it. And I'm the kind of person, you asking me for your forgiveness, I will freely give it to you. But at that same point, from that point on, you got to show me. You know what I'm saying? You can't just tell me. You got to show me. You know what I
Mhm.
mean? Some people believe that trust is an earned thing. I give people trust till they break it. I think so differently, because of the way that the world has been conditioned to treat Black people and to
Mhm.
think about Black people. I really, really, really try to fight against that. I believe in my people. Like I do. I
Right.
really, truly do. I don't believe that we are all liars. I don't believe we all thieves. I don't believe we all bad people. Do we have some thieves, liars, and bad people? Of course. Everybody does. I mean, that's a whole nother subject. But I believe worse of other people because other people have done worse to me.
Yeah.
But I don't expect it from my people. And that's the difference. I expect it from them. I expect them to treat me less than. I don't expect my people to. And so that's why it's not lining up with just my morals, my values, and who I am as a person anymore. Because that
You know,
season of my depression is over. I'm no
mhm.
longer depressed. I'm no longer in a dark space. So I don't want to be there anymore. You know what I'm saying? I want a lighter space, a more bright space. And I appreciate all the lessons. I don't regret meeting nobody from the B sector, even the people I don't like, because they taught me something about myself too. They, as much as you think you so much further in life, a couple people done snap me back into reality. Like, you think you wiser, but I done made mistakes too. I done cussed a few people out on here and said some nasty stuff to them. You know what I mean? Like, I thought I was better than that. Not better
Mhm.
than them, but better than that. And
Mhm.
so, I'm still learning. I'm still growing. And I appreciate every lesson that I'm here to learn. Because some of these lessons some people don't get to learn.
You know, one day we gonna get deep into this because I'm deep into you think you better or I am better.
I don't think
And
I'm better than nobody. I think I'm better than that.
yeah,
That's
okay.
behavior.
Okay, and that's the
Your
difference. Okay.
behavior. I'm not
There you
better than
go.
no person.
There you go.
Everybody,
There you go.
listen, everybody can come up or down.
There you go.
Nobody's
There you
always
go.
up, nobody's always down, and
Mhm.
we are all the same. When you take color, hair, makeup, everything off, we all the same. We all human. You know what I
We all
mean? I don't
yeah.
care too much about what somebody else have. I've never been a keep up with the Jones type person. I've never been in the popular crowd type person. I'm telling you, me and my friends we were like, I'm not gonna say we wasn't cool, but we was not the cool girls, if that makes
Cool.
sense.
Cool. Uh-huh.
We had our own thing going on. Like, we had our clique and birds of a feather flock together, and I'm good with that, right? Um, I've come across a lot of good people in my
Mhm.
lifetime, and I've come across some bad people. I
Mhm.
don't think that everybody's bad. I think some people are bad, and I definitely never, ever once have looked at anybody and said, I'm better than you. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think I'm better than you, or yeah, like I've said some nasty stuff like get on my level or something
Mhm.
like that. But that's not talking about you, your person. It's like where we at, you know, character and things like that. Like I don't like to compare myself, because I know, like I said, I fall short a lot of the times, probably more often than I do well. And I'm flawed, right? And I need to be forgiven. And I'm human. Like at the end of the day, I'm human. I'm not a drone. I'm not a computer. You can't program me. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to have to make my own mistakes and learn my own way. And, you know, I just need people who care enough about me, because we are village type people. You know what I mean? If we were meant to be alone, then at some point in nature, in nurture, we would have been left alone. We're not supposed to be alone. That's why when you see a baby out in the street without a parent around, we're all concerned, because it's not normal. You know what I mean? It's not normal for you not to have someone looking out for you and protecting you and teaching you, right? So even, you know, as a mother, right? Your job is never done as a mom. You still worry about your kids, even though they grown and they have their own kids, right? But you are their mother. And that's the kind of society that we are. We are a very village type people. We're not meant to be alone. And you know, when you find yourself in those moments when you alone, it's time to think about some things.
We always need a quiet place. So I enjoy my being my loneliness sometimes, because it gives me a opportunity to think about what's ever going on in my life. I got to get off.
Yes.
But listen, no, this has been a great topic. It's been a great live for me. And whoever the message was for, whoever enjoyed the conversation, is always something, a jewel, a gem, a nugget in a conversation. You just have to seek it out. You just have to, it's like good app. You just dropped off, Monty. You didn't even give me time to say bye, but thanks for joining me, baby girl. I know you're in the chat. But is always something good, even in bad, is something good. Okay. Is always something good, even in a bad situation. You just have to seek out the good, you know. With that being said, again, this was more about loving yourself. Do things to love yourself. You know whether or not, only you know whether you are in pain, you're hurting, you're suffering from some type of trauma and not being loved and not being who you want to be. People have desire to be who, okay, sorry. People have the desire to be who they want to be. They don't achieve who they want to be because they don't believe in themselves. Again, a simple step to loving yourself, self love, whatever they call it, is affirmations. That's simple. Do affirmations in the morning. Take time out to meditate or do affirmations. Speak those things as though they are into yourself. You know, it's important that you love yourself, because if you don't love yourself, then you cannot love anyone else. And you can't expect people to love you if they don't love themselves. You can't expect them to be a friend to you if they're not a friend to themselves. You can't expect them to want any better for you if they can't want any better for themselves. Is a process. Each step you take gets you closer to loving yourself. When you work on yourself, is a process. It doesn't come easy. I tell you guys all the time, when I do these lives, I am not only speaking into you, I am also speaking into myself. And you could take that one to the bank. You could take that one in the bank. Now, with that being said, again, love yourself. Allow people to love you. Allow people to genuinely love you. Don't push people away. Don't self-sabotage, and don't sabotage your relationships. Okay? Whoever that is for, catch it. Well, I'm going to get ready to get out of here. Thank you, Queen Diva. I know you're at work, my love. I'm going to get ready to get out of here. I appreciate all who joined me today. Thank you, TC, Miss Monty. Today was a great day for me. But before I even got out of my bed, I meditated and I prayed and I meditated, because I want to put it right. I prayed and then I meditated and I said, it is done. No matter what happens today, I am going to have a great day, a peaceful day. And you all joined me in starting my day off great. Let's see. Side note, on any platform of social media comes accountability and responsibility. On most products, it is mandatory to list the usage, warning, direction, etc. Be responsible, and because others. You got it. You know, I appreciate you guys. Regina, I really appreciate you as well when you drop in, because what you do is, well, as I'm talking about the conversation, you put emphasis on some things that I'm talking about. And as Monty said earlier, this YouTube could become your reality, and it can destroy relationships. Learn to separate, learn to take a break. Okay? Okay. Now I'm going to play my outro, and then I'll come back to close it out. Oh, because you know I can't play that music anymore. So let me find music, yeah, because they keep giving me the copyright claims. I heard Tracy talk about that too, that they sending her a lot of copyright claims on music that they've been using. So I don't know if people buying this music or whatever, but they do. They send me copyright claims. That's why I don't play my intro anymore. I'm going to have to add some other music to it. So we'll play this one. If you see your king crown crooked, help him straighten it up. If you see your queen's crown crooked, help her straighten it up. Speak life and wisdom into your princess and your princesses. They are our joint heirs, our future. They are looking to inherit something other than mess, stress, chaos, and drama. They are looking to inherit something. Not only speak wisdom into yourself, now I must add this. Not only speak wisdom into them, I must add this now. Speak wisdom into yourself. Speak life into yourself. It's important that you tell yourself, you can, you will, I am, I can do this. I am this type of person. This is who I am. Ask for what you want, not what you think somebody will give you. Ask the universe, ask God for what you want. Okay, not what you think he'll give you. As always, be a blessing, never a bother. A simple hello, how are you? You look radiant today. I love your smile. That's a nice hat you have on. Can I get that cup of coffee for you? Can I buy you some lunch? Here's a couple of dollars, buy you lunch. I'll open that door for you. I'll grab those groceries. It doesn't take much to bless someone. And today I was blessed, and hopefully you was blessed as well. Much love to y'all, and let's get ready to get out of here. Thank you so much. Appreciate that, Regina. Love you too. You guys be safe and be blessed. Until we meet again, I'll catch you on the flip side.